rare.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, we're on. This is it.
Fucking welcome.
This is it. This is all it is. We've been talking about it for a while. I haven't had a tattooist. I think the last tattooist I had on was Monops, and we didn't even talk about tattooing.
Yeah, most tattooers don't want to talk about tattooing.
Yeah. Yeah, it is like that. And we were just talking off camera about the current state of like tattooing and how obviously the first thing to go when people start looking for money is more pleasure items like tattoos and shit. So it's a bit of a rough time as a tattooist at the minute.
Yeah, it can be. There's some artists that are just still smashing it. Some artists just are super quiet.
Yeah.
It's a weird time at the moment. It's like I've been tattooing 10 years now, and I haven't really seen it this slow for this long.
Yeah.
Usually it'll drop off a bit every year, and it's just kind of plateaued. So I'm just always confident that it just always bounces back.
And have you always been into like, you got a hell specific style that you prefer, obviously, like the kind of cartoons, heaps of Simpsons characters.
Yeah. Shit like that, that's my fun stuff that
Yeah.
I get to do. Like, that's the shit I post a lot of. Like a lot of the stuff I post is mainly kind of colour work. I do shitloads of black and grey stuff, but
Yeah.
I just kind of want to keep that consistency just on my socials. And so I decided just to kind of all the real fun stuff I want to push, and then in turn you get more clients that way of that fun stuff, you know.
Why Simpsons? Is that like obviously a favourite show of yours, or you just like the characters?
Yeah, I think it's like it's a popular thing, you know. I mean, yeah, I always just love The Simpsons, you know, any sort of animation, really.
It's so nostalgic, hey?
Yeah.
Are they still going?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen a Simpsons episode in years.
I mean, you probably don't want to.
I used to get so excited for it.
Yeah.
Didn't they get rid of Apu?
Yeah, he was racist.
Who's too Indian?
Yeah, they got rid of a few, but I watched one of the new ones, and all the voices are different too. Like,
Really?
either the characters have, like the voice actors have gotten older, or they've replaced them.
Yeah.
And it's just fucking strange, man. Like,
Is Homer's the same?
Yeah, Homer's is the same. Marge's is a little bit off. There was I watched one episode. I only watched one, and then I'm like, oh, fuck this. Dr. Hibbert, you remember how he had that laugh? And it's just fucking not him. It was
Really?
weird, man.
Yeah.
But,
That's the fucking best thing about South Park. It's still the exact same show.
I've just got Paramount in South Park.
Have you been rewatching?
I've smashed all of them.
I did that when I first got Paramount. The only reason I got Paramount was because South Park was strictly releasing their new specials on there. I haven't watched the last one with Lizzo, but
yeah, that was sick.
That show, I would go back. I went on like a fucking 2-month binge of just watching all of them, and the first season is still just as good as the last season. It's so funny.
Yeah, you gotta fucking love it.
And it's like a little time capsule because they just pay shit out that's relevant. You kind of just remember, oh, fuck, I remember when that happened.
Yeah.
But
Well, I think Randy's
the ultimate character.
Yeah.
That's the tattoo. I'll get you to do a Randy on me.
We'll do a Randy.
Would you do a Randy?
Fuck yeah.
I'll
Give him
do
like a integrity tattoo on his eyebrow or something.
Integrity. Oh, fuck. No, I reckon the best Randy moment is when he's going to... And it is like little league matches, and he's starting fights with other dads. And he's like, I thought this was America.
Fucking love it.
That is probably. Oh, Rick and Morty had a really good couple seasons as well.
Yeah, Rick and Morty was good.
They're heaps tattooable characters as well.
Yeah, there was a lot. There was Solar Opposites. Have you watched that?
Wasn't that made by
The Rick and
Morty people?
Yeah, that was sick.
Was it?
Yeah, I fucking love that. I was like, while I was watching that, I'm like, this is, to me, was on that same sort of level.
Yeah,
but it just doesn't get that.
The last season of Rick and Morty and shit was still good, I think, because I don't think the director or whatever his name is that got kicked off the show actually had much to do with the show anymore besides the voices.
Yeah.
But the voices in the last weren't the same, but they weren't
Yeah.
too much different. It was just enough to like kind of annoy you.
Yeah. That with Solar Opposites, because they dropped him from that too. One of the main characters was voiced by him, and instead of just getting someone who sounds the same, they just changed it. Changed it to like some British dude. And then,
That's weird.
And then, yeah, it was, but it was like, that's better than them replacing him. You know what I mean? With the same voice.
Yeah, I guess it could be.
Like you said, you can kind of tell with Rick and Morty.
Like, it's just off.
Yeah.
It's like...
With this one, because it was like, they're aliens. And he was just like, oh, there was some ray that I got shot with that made my voice into
That's
English
probably a better
fucking-
way to do it.
It kind of made sense. But
So you started tattooing 10 years ago.
10 years ago,
Where'd you start?
I was down the road here in Hackham.
In Hackham?
Yeah, so it was Body Art and Beauty, which was on the Victor turnoff.
Oh, yeah.
And then, you know, in those shops along there, and then they moved to Hackham behind the Aussie Inn.
Yeah, oh, yeah, in the industrial part.
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
I was going to say, I've never known anyone to say, I'm going to go get a tattoo in Hackham. Unless it was from someone's backyard.
Unless you're on the piss at the Aussie Inn.
Yeah, that's so true. You would have seen some shit. You would have done a lot of tribal tattoos back then.
Yeah, there was a bit of rough clientele, but that was alright.
When was the last time you done a tribal?
In Hackham?
In Hackham?
Yeah.
If someone came in right now and they were like, I want a full tribal sleeve and I really want you to do it, would you do it? Ad time. So I would like to tell you all about my favourite sponsor and my only sponsor really, Toodaloo. They have a 30% off sale right now on all products on the website, and if you use code SESH at checkout, you'll get a following 15%. That's almost half price. That's almost half price. Clean asshole. Don't use as much toilet paper. Their new Pro model has elite technology, heated seats, heated water, is over-engineered for your pleasure. Just head to tudaloo.com.au, use code SESH at checkout. I get a little kickback, the podcast gets some love, they get some love, you stop being gross. Enjoy the podcast.
Fuck.
No.
I don't know.
Like full tribal sleeve, they're willing to pay the whole day rates. Like,
yeah. I don't know. I could try and smash it in a day.
you smash it, you probably could.
It'd be a 2. It'd be a 2 days. It'll be.
They want to go back to back, and they want a Southern Cross on their hand.
No, but someone that's getting a full sleeve of tribal, I'll line it in one day, and then book them for the next day, and never see them again.
So you'd do it.
That's probably what would happen. Nah, I don't know.
Would you feel dirty after?
I would. Yeah, it'd be rough. It'd be fucking rough.
They're trying to post, like, tag you on Instagram.
Yeah, that's it. At the end of the day, they're like, "Oh, so we're going to take photos?" And I'm like, "Nah,
My camera's broken.
my phone's not working."
People
Fuck.
still get it.
Yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it?
I'm so happy I never did that because I was so cool when I was fucking 17, 18.
Yeah,
Everyone wanted the Rocks tattoo.
a lot of people did. A lot of people fucking tribal.
Like that and the Southern Cross tattoo, I'm really happy I never got. Because I know so many people that fucking are getting laser now on their arm because they got a full fucking sleeve of tribal and they look like fucking retards.
But a mate of mine, tattooer, I think he might have had 2 sleeves of tribal.
That's a bold
And
statement.
he lasered them.
Yeah, you got to be the right shade of skin tone to get a tribal tattoo, or else you look just like a fucking idiot. What's the trend now? I remember trash polka was pretty fucking hot at one stage.
Trash polka was.
Realism's probably.
I did trash polka for a bit.
I like it. I don't mind it.
And I was on. I still get hit up for it. People say they Googled it. Like they Googled trash polka Adelaide.
Yeah.
And I come up. I don't know if it was from a couple posts from years ago or what it was, but
Yeah.
I come up. So people hit me up for it, and every now and then I'll do it. But
It's a cool style.
the last ones I did, I changed out the red to like a turquoise.
I was going to say, does it always have to be red? Or is that just more like what
That's
it was?
what it was.
Because the turquoise would be fucking sick.
Yeah, the ones I did, I ended up posting them. I was, like, fucking stoked for them.
My favourite tattoos are like, at the moment, black and grey, mainly black and grey with massive splashes of colour. So it's kind of trash polka-esque but more realism.
Yeah.
Like that's why I hit up Troy and Jaden, because they got such contrasting styles. It would be so cool to look like together.
Yeah.
To put on a sleeve. Like to have that
sure.
ultra realism with fucking just a random
Bright
cartoon.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be sick.
Which I guess is kind of like a trash polka thing.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
But I think realism's probably the hot. Fine line tattoos are always pretty popular.
Yeah, that sort of trend is happening. Like, there's
Mandalas are
kind
just
of tribals back in the sense of
mandalas.
What's it called? I don't even know what it's called. It's like cyber tribal.
Yeah,
It's got a
like
got a
those
name.
massive black fucking.
Nah, like lower back tattoos, like tramp. You know, the old tribal tramp stamps. Like, chicks are getting them, but it's like thin tribal. It's got like a bit of a cyber look to it. So that's kind of jumped back. You know, everything goes full circle. You know.
Yeah, so I used to hate when people used to black out their arms and shit, but the more I look at it, the more I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
I kind of fucking like it now. It's such a waste of a tat. Like it's such a bold move. It's like I respect it.
A lot of that was like tattooers that have full covered sleeve, like they've done 2 layers of tattoos on top of it, and then they're like, oh fuck this, and they black it out.
I'm thinking of blacking out my ribs.
Yeah.
But I want it blacked out, but I want it to look like it's just been like marked out. I don't want it to be perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's a statement.
It's fun. When people get like full body blackouts and shit, it's like, fuck, that's the most painful thing you could probably do in the tattoo world.
Wouldn't be great.
And then then the mandala thing's like huge at them. That's just white people trouble.
Yeah, pretty much. I've did some mandalas not too long ago. That's still happening. I blacked out a dude's arm that had no tattoos.
What? How many needles are you using for that? Is that like 16?
I use 23.
23.
Like
So they're like fucking like that.
Yeah, decent. You can get fucking huge ones. But yeah, it's...
You couldn't black someone out in a day with a big enough...
So yeah, some people do.
Yeah?
I just don't really do enough of it to... I don't know, to me...
Is it harder than it looks?
It's like, I'll show them my iPad. I'm like, here's the design, and it's just a black page on the iPad. Yeah, it's got to be good, you know. It's got to be consistent and packed in. Otherwise, it just looks
patchy.
You know, you see those really nice blackout sleeves that they're the artists that do it. That's what they do, you know. And
I like when they've mixed this girl. One of my mates is dating. She's blacking out her arm, but she's doing it around certain tattoos.
Yep.
So it has like a hell contrast with like the skin tone, and it looks fucking good.
Yeah.
But it looks like it sucks to sit.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm going to sit now because I got Jaden and Troy.
Yeah.
I haven't been tattooed in fucking 7 years.
And it's your sleeve, right?
Yeah, I've got my whole body though.
Yeah.
I've got my full body, so I've got my armpits, my ass, my toes, everything. Like, I don't have any skin from my toes to my collarbone.
Because I remember when I first met you, I don't know if you'd remember that, was at Inkaholics.
I think so.
When Pengilly tattooed my arm.
Oh, did Pengilly do your arm?
Yeah. And you were there, and you were just hanging out.
Yeah,
that's what they were like. They were just like, oh, that Savvy's just hanging out.
Yeah, I used to go in every Wednesday and just... Because I was there that often, they were like, oh, do you just want to, like, get paid?
Yeah, right.
Like, for one day to just do, like, secretary work. And I was like, yeah, because I was there every fucking, like, second day anyway, because I was getting tattooed every Tuesday for 2 years.
Yeah, okay.
Every single Tuesday I was getting tattooed.
Well, that's like when I was there then, I think you showed... I don't know, your back or like your legs, like you did a bit of a fucking twirl, bit of a display. And I was like, holy shit. Like, who's
Yeah,
this
it's how
dude?
unassuming.
Like, yeah.
Because no one knows I have tattoos.
I know.
Like, people think I'm like one of those crackheads that are like, yeah, I've got a full body tattoo. And then, like, I'll take my pants off and they'll be like, oh, you're not lying.
Yeah, straight up.
Like,
Got a big Southern Cross on the back.
I always hated the, like, I appreciate it. My style's completely changed now. Like, it's very true what people say. You should wait until you're older to get tattoos. I don't hate my tattoos at all, but my taste has changed a lot in my music and like everything's changed.
Yeah.
But luckily I got good quality tattoos. So they're not just shit tattoos. They don't mean as much, or they're not as representative of me anymore.
Yeah.
But I always hated patchy tattoos, like sleeves and stuff. I always liked full, like, just no skin.
Yeah.
And so I made sure that I just had no skin left. And now I don't reckon the arm's going to be that fucking bad if I could sit. So some of those tattoos I sat were horrible.
It'll be easy. Yeah, like you got, you know, like your wrist and elbow and your inner bicep. But Cody did my inner bicep and it wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it would
depends on the tattooist heaps.
Yeah.
Like BJ is the most lovely tattooist to get tattooed by because he's so fucking quick and it feels like he's just gliding over you.
Yeah.
Like he's not nailing you at all. But I've had tattooists before, like the girl who did my ribs years ago. I fucking passed out when I went home because it was like I was getting tortured.
Yeah.
She wasn't like the most seasoned tattooist. She was pretty new.
Yeah.
And she fucking blasted me so much. I thought she broke one of my ribs.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck. And I just remember going home and like passing out on my bed because I did 12 hours and I was like, fuck that.
Just suck the soul out.
It was like a torture chamber. It was fucking wild. Do you have a fair bit?
No.
A lot of tattooers don't.
No.
Pengilly used to fucking hate getting tattooed.
Yeah. Well, he was like, I remember he got his neck done and he was going around on
You used to
that
have to get drunk before.
fake tattooist, so he's just like, take his shirt off and he's got up like there,
and then the one neck.
Take your shirt off and it's just all white.
There's a massive shame when he passed away. He was so talented.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I was in talks, so he was supposed to do my sleeve because he just went on. I don't know what happened. He just went from being a normal tattooist to being fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like within it felt like a week.
Yeah.
Like something clicked and his art just went. He became an artist.
Yeah.
Like within a week.
Yeah. I was blown away with him.
His shit was fucking phenomenal. And then obviously we were pretty good good friends, and he was going to do my sleeve, and then probably like within the next few weeks, and then he passed away sadly. And then I left it for ages, and then I think like 2-3 years ago, Jaden was starting to pop off.
Yep.
And I was like, that's so odd because they got like kind of a similar style, and I was like, they were like related. And I'm sure he gets that a lot.
Yeah.
But they're not. But it's just strange because they got kind of similar-ish style. But Pengilly was very different. He had very cool dark style.
Yeah. Yeah, nah, he was... Well, that's why I booked my arm in with him. Because I'd met him out one night, just randomly, and was kind of blown away with how, you know, like just meeting him out and about. And I'm just like, dude, you're Chris. And he's like, yeah. And he was pretty new to it then.
I remember when he first started, dude. I was at Inkaholics before, like he was.
Yeah.
Like he was Jip Rocking, I think, before. And he was a good artist at the start, but like he was just a tattoo black and grey shit, a lot of gangster stuff, nice script, ex-grapher, like really good grapher. Yeah. But then he just his art was good, like just his like charcoal shit that he was doing on paper.
Yeah.
I remember was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And if anyone has any of those pieces from Chris, I'll happily pay a lot of money for them.
Yeah.
I'll pay a lot of money for one if anyone has some of his charcoal stuff, because it was fucking sick.
Yeah. No, it was just one of those things, just one of those like fucking unique dudes, you know? Like, when I met him was the fucking one of the weirdest nights of my life. Like,
It's not surprising when Chris is involved.
it was so strange, man. Like, it was the strangest story. I went, a couple mates of mine were in like a hip hop duo, and they were doing a gig at I can't remember what it was called, like Pepper Tree in Aldinga.
Yeah.
And it was by the roundabout there, in the centre of Aldinga, and it was like a converted house, like to a restaurant, and it was the fucking strangest place, man. Like, again, we got, it was like vegan food. We got a gumbo, like me and my missus, before they did their show, and both of them were different. Like, just ordering the same thing and getting it completely different was strange. And then, like, you look over and the wall is covered in like skulls, animal skulls, like taxidermy and shit. And I'm like, this is a vegan place?
What the fuck?
Yeah, super odd. And then fucking, like, this place ended up being haunted. Apparently, like, I went to the toilet, and I'm like asking someone, where's the toilet? And I went down the hallway. They were like, I'll just head down there and take a right. And I walked down there and I saw some dude take a left at the end of the hallway. And I'm like, oh, maybe that's where the toilet was. And I'm fucking got halfway down the hallway, and I've just gone, dude, there's no fucking door there. And like,
He turned left.
Sounds so weird. This dude I saw fucking take a left at the end of the hallway, and there was no door at the end of the hallway.
Did you dabble in some substances before this night?
No. This was, yeah, see, that's the weirdest thing. And then I think, I don't know, a few days later, I looked up online, and it was on some fucking ghost tour.
Is it still there?
Yeah, I don't know what it is now. That didn't last long.
Oh, that gives me goosebumps.
Yeah, and like I said, it was the weirdest night. The whole vegan skulls on the wall. I was drinking the Red Coopers, the
Sparklings.
Sparklings.
Oh, that would be fucking doing it.
And every time I ordered one, it was a different price. Like, no one knew what was going on.
It's like you're in the fucking Twilight Zone, just stuck in this little loop.
It was, man. And then I'm watching my mates do their shit, and there was a dude playing bongos, and he was the server. He was meant to be working, and he kept stopping to play bongos with him. Like, and this was this older bloke, and he was walking when he served us. He had a you know, the old film where you get your photos developed, and it was in like the old Kodak slip. He had one of them sticking out of his back pocket, and I'm just like, what the fuck's this dude doing? Like, it's got this hanging out of his back pocket. So I asked him, later that night, and he's like, oh, these. Like, and I'm like, yeah, what is it? And he's like, oh, I suppose I'll show you. So he wanted everyone to fucking ask, and he's pulled it out, and he's like, it's got all these photos of him with fucking Tupac, Biggie, and like Michael Jackson, and just any big celebrity from the fucking 90s. He had photos with him. And he carried it around in his back pocket everywhere he went.
For someone to ask.
Yeah, bro. But he made it just like, oh, you know, why are you asking me about this? You know, like, oh, I suppose I'll show you. Fucking strange, man. And he ended up being in a hip hop group in the States.
Yeah, right.
And he was Digital Underground, which was they did the Humpty Dance. I don't know if you've ever heard. It was like this old, they were like OG hip hop.
No shit.
And they discovered Tupac.
And what, you met Pengilly there?
Yeah, and that's where I met Pengilly.
How the fuck was he there?
He was, well, he was.
Oh, you were there for a show?
Yeah, we were there for a show, but we went downstairs and there was a jail. Like, so this building used to be a cop shop fucking, I don't know, 40 years ago. In Aldinga.
In Aldinga.
Yeah.
Pepper Tree, it used to be called.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. It changes hands all the time.
Yeah, probably because it's fucking haunted.
It was odd, man. And yeah, there was a cell, and apparently before that it was a brothel. Like, there was all these underground tunnels and shit.
Adelaide's got. I don't even fucking. I drive in and out of like haunted shit because sometimes some shit happens, and I'm like, whoa. I remember when I went to Kapunda, the cemetery up in Kapunda, because allegedly that's one of the most haunted places in Adelaide. Yep. So we got fucked up one night and drove to Kapunda with some boys. And that was fucking terrifying. Like, being there was fucking so eerie. if no one's ever been to Kapunda, I don't know the law of the. I don't know if I'm going to butcher this or not, but to my knowledge, it was like a girls' school, a school for girls.
Yep.
Run by a priest. Obviously, you know what's going to happen with that. And he got a lot of them pregnant and blah, blah, blah. Ended up hanging himself. And it's fucking creepy, man. You go there and still on the graves there's some of their toys like just fucking stapled on and like
just eerie.
You can if you look in a certain spot at a certain time you can see the silhouette of him hanging himself and shit. It's fucking wild.
Yeah.
It's such a crazy thing. But I went to the worst thing I've ever seen. I remember I was on a bender once and I get really bad ever since I was 12 I get really bad sleep paralysis.
Okay.
But I've been getting it a lot lately again, but I always see the same person in it.
Yeah, right.
I remember once I was on a massive bender and my parents were away and we had a house in Hallett Cove and I was by myself. It was a big fucking house. And I was in my bedroom and in my bedroom you could see the bathroom mirror. And I remember I was just sitting in my bed and I was fucking cooking out. It was just at the end of the bender, so I was still I was sober, but I was just fucked.
Yeah.
And I was just laying down. I didn't know I was asleep, but I was kind of asleep. And then all I remember is my cat was next to me and she fucking just jumped off the bed. I was like, well, that's fucking weird. And then I looked into the mirror of the bathroom adjacent to my room. Fucking gives me fucking goosebumps talking about it. And I'll never forget, I just seen this cunt just go and just look in the mirror.
Fuck off,
and I was like, fucked. And I was like trying with all my might to get off the bed. And I just fucking, like, as hard as I could, I jumped off the fucking bed, ran straight out my house, left the doors open and everything. And I was like, fuck this. I called up all my mates and I was like, you got to come. I'm going to come pick you up now. And they're like, you fried yourself, cunt? And I was like, no, this is legit. I always say this, cunt. And they're like, so we fucking, six of us came back to the house and they're like, no one's here. And I was like, fucking it. But I always see the same person.
Could be your guardian angel.
It doesn't look like one. He's got a fucking, it looks like the Undertaker without a face.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's got like a real big fucking hat. And just long hair and his eyes are always covered.
Fucking hell, man.
But I've seen that cunt for like 15 years.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but it only happens every now and then where I'll see him, but I do get sleep paralysis a fucking lot.
Yeah.
Where I'll be in and out of sleep and I won't know if I'm sleeping and I won't be able to move. Like I remember I was like a hell stressful week and about a month ago and I was in my bed and I could just hear this fucking kid screaming, like fucking screaming my name outside, like really close, like in the back door. And if they were, my dog would have gone fucking nuts. So it wasn't there. Yeah. But I could just hear it screaming, but I couldn't get up to check. Like I just couldn't physically get up. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, right. That's crazy.
Have you ever had it?
No, I haven't.
It's wild.
I've been pretty fortunate like that.
It can be pretty. It's scary as fuck, but it's like hell interesting.
Yeah, I used to have when I was a kid, there was this little old lady, like fucking spirit or something, that would roam around our house, and and scared the shit out of you first couple times, and then it just got normal. Like, how fucking weird does that sound? Like,
wasn't violent towards you. It was just there.
She literally just walked past my bedroom door. You know, wouldn't look at me. I would have been, I don't know, 10, 11, something like that.
Do you believe in that shit?
Yeah, I don't know what it is though.
I honestly think that children can see shit that you eat. Like, I think to 100%. A certain age, that because you hear a lot of things about kids. Where they're like, I'm
more susceptible to it.
Playing with my friend or grandma's. I'm just talking to grandma, and it's like, fuck, that's
and animals too, you know.
And animals,
but you get like a toddler that's staring at the corner of the room, you know.
I'd kick it straight away.
But like my mum saw that lady too, that's crazy. That's the kind of sealed the thing because I'm always really skeptical. I'm just like, nah, it's fucking just all in
A
my
lot of
head.
it, a lot of it is like a lot of it's just for monetization, like
Yeah.
Adelaide Jail and things
Yeah.
like that. They make tours of it.
Yeah.
Like anywhere where you can go on a tour, it's most likely it's not a thing.
This one was odd though. Like she was just harmless little old lady. Never saw her face, just like the figure of an old lady, and it wasn't like translucent or anything like that. It's just odd, just like a bit off. And she like happened for a long time. And my parents had split up. Like we were 2 on 2 off with each of them. So mum got sick of it when like me and my brother were at dad's house. So she fucking must have talked to someone and they said, oh, you need to talk to this person who knows about it all. And that person said there's probably something in the house that's hers still. And fucking mum went searching and we had these little trapdoor things at the end of our house. They were like full trapdoor spec, like wooden
That's
floorboard.
crazy. Like a cellar.
And me and my brother used to play around with them. Like there was one, like a cellar. There was one you'd lift up, and then one in separate rooms or separate areas. But there was like a pipe leading to both of them. So we'd go in each of them and talk to each other and shit. And there was like in one of them was all this wallpaper, and then like just storage. And underneath all that boxes of that was a little pair of old lady shoes. And fucking mum's going, well, that's it. That's this lady's shit.
She come and get her shit.
And mum sat there in the dark and started talking to this lady and just said, like, not talking to her, but just saying words. Like, and she's like, I've got your shoes. You don't need them anymore. I'm throwing them away. And she did. She fucking threw them away and never saw that lady ever again.
That's fucking...
Yeah, bro. So that's the one main kind of story that I have about it all, you know, besides seeing that fucking dude walk through a wall when I was on the piss in some cooked fucking vegan restaurant.
Have you ever met anyone on a night out and you like when you're on one and you have to really think if that person was real?
Nah.
Really?
I don't.
I've fucking had this dude.
Because anyone I meet, I always make them follow my Instagram.
I remember when I was like, I think I was like 19 and I was out and I was fucking on one. And I was doing a solo mission. I can't remember if I was at a festival or not. And I just have this memory of this dude just being with me the whole time. But I don't know if he was real. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we've never contacted each other again.
Yeah.
We've never seen each other again.
Yeah.
I don't even know his name.
Yeah.
But we spent like a solid 10 hours together.
Yeah.
And I just don't know if he's real.
Yeah, just every time you bought a drink, you go to hand him money. He's like, nah,
It's like
I'm all right.
Fight Club shit.
Yeah.
It was like in my head, someone was just looking at me and I'm just double parked, just talking to myself.
Fucking hell. Imagine that. You fucking post a clip of that and then this dude hits you up. He's like, bro, that was me.
That was me. Oh, bro, if you were, I'm pretty sure it was Stereosonic in like 2013 or 14.
Okay.
But because there was like 10 hours where I was separated from everyone, and I met this cool dude, and we were just fucking drinking and fucking hanging out, and it's never like a fucking fart in the wind, eh?
And that was
Nothing.
that. Whoa. I love shit like that though, just when you meet someone that you just get along with.
It's the best on holidays. When you go, have you like travelled much?
Yeah, not travelled heaps, but yeah, been around Australia a bit.
When you meet someone on holiday and you just click with them instantly, like I've been overseas a lot, and you meet certain people and like you're like, oh, it's so weird because there's so many people like you that you'll never ever meet. There's so many people you would get along with that you'll never meet.
Yeah.
And it's nice when you meet one of them randomly that you would have never have met before.
Yeah.
Adelaide's such a small part of the world.
Yeah. We did that in Harndorf. My missus and I stayed in Harndorf and ended up on the piss at one of the German pubs and met these backpackers. And just spent the whole night just talking shit, like cracking jokes and then they go and fucking
do their life.
Go and it's just like, fuck yeah, they were cool as fuck, you know?
Yeah, is it hard for you? I remember one thing Pengilly used to hate. I know a lot of tattooists, and I know a lot of them that aren't the most like socially fucking Like they're pretty socially awkward.
You're kind of introverted.
A lot of tattooists are. Is that something you struggle with when you go out? Everyone like, oh, fucking tattoo.
Yeah.
Can I get a tattoo? Can I get it? Because I remember Pengilla used to have fucking crippling anxiety.
Yeah.
And cunts would just flock him.
Yeah. I introduce myself as Glenn when I go out.
Before I was like, I don't actually know your name, and you're like, oh, it's Glenn.
Yeah. I always say I'm Glenn and I'm a window cleaner, and then I start talking about how good my window cleaning's going. It's probably fucking pretty toxic way to do it to meet people, but I'm just like, because as soon as I say tattoo, they just like start showing what they want and telling you fucking everything that they've got planned, and which is fine half the time, but sometimes you're just like, look,
I don't want to talk about it.
And I'll start telling them I've got contracts for skyscrapers to clean all the windows.
You have a full background story.
Yeah, it's just kind of over time. It's just I just take on this little Glenn character.
Do you have staff? Is it your business?
I haven't got that far into it.
Really?
Yeah, it's a bit of a contractor type deal.
Do you have a name for the business?
Nah. Glenn's window cleaning.
Glenn's Windows.
Yeah, Glenn's Windows.
That could be a great cartoon.
Yeah.
Glenn's Windows.
Fucking tattooer that doubles as a window cleaner when he goes out in the piss.
It's his alter ego.
Well, that's it. And I don't know why. I just think it's funny.
The issue is a lot of people want shit tattoos. Like, a lot of people...
Yeah.
Tattooing's a funny one because you get tattooists that are just good tracers.
Yeah.
And then you get tattooists that are good artists.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of tattooists that are just good tracers. They're not artistic. They just understand shading.
And you can kind of tell when they do a little bit of artistry in it. You can tell the parts that they've made up themselves.
Because it's not good.
Compared to the parts they've traced out. Yeah.
Yeah, but then you get tattooists that are more in, like, more artsy. Yeah. And I guess your clientele will change with that because you won't... And then you get in a private studio. You just don't do walk-ins at Glasshouse, do you?
No, we don't have signs or anything. Like, you've been there before.
I've been there before, yeah, and I was like, fuck it. It's a nice little spot. It's cool. How many of you in there? You, Ryan?
We got Matt Telford, Beth. She's Crack Fox on Instagram, so we just call her Crack Fox. Scott, this other dude, just started with us. So what's that? 5?
5. In there?
Yeah.
Is it the same spot?
Yeah. So me and Ryan in one room. Matt's got a room. And
it's almost like a doctor's office. You got a little waiting room.
Yeah, well, because it's half denture clinic. That's like the signs out the front say denture clinic. And people get confused like when they rock up for their first
Oh, so it was a doctor's clinic.
Well, it's half of it's denture clinic and it's just a converted house.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it is a cool vibe in there.
Yeah,
it's real comfy.
It's comfy.
And as like, I don't know, getting tattooed at a private studio is so much fucking nicer than getting tattooed somewhere where Bob the crackhead walks in and asks for fucking this. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just a nicer experience at a private studio.
I hated that at the old shop I was at. It's like you'd have to stop. There'd be apprentices that'd be too scared to go and...
Do you know what I don't understand why no one's... Oh, they have done it before, but no one's done it properly. Made like just a funny fucking reality show of a tattoo or a good sitcom of a tattoo parlour. Inkaholics was like... It was so far-fetched, you wouldn't be able to pitch it as a show.
Like the Office.
It was
tattoos.
It was exactly like that.
Yeah.
Just the drama every day of fuck, and the people that would fucking walk into that place being where it was so. You would have seen it in Hackett. Just the people that walk in.
Yeah, and you have to stop, take your gloves off, go and talk to someone, knowing the whole time that you're never gonna fucking see them again.
They don't have $500. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's just sucked.
Tattooing changed heaps when the bikie laws came in. Changed massively.
Yeah.
All good things and bad things.
Yep. I'm 100%.
Because
bad things.
The thing that bikies, obviously, if you weren't involved in like tattoo culture back in the day, bikies used to own pretty much, I would say 99.5% of fucking tattoo parlours in Adelaide, or maybe 90% of tattoo parlours.
Yeah.
And the thing with that, when the bikie laws came in that they weren't allowed to own them anymore, anyone could open up a tattoo parlour.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of shit. Like a lot. There was a stage there for like 2-3 years where there was just fucking shit tattoo parlours popping up everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, it still happens.
It still happens now, but then, yeah.
Because, like, artists will think, like, oh, why... They'll quit where they're at and they go, well, why go pay someone else to work for them, or then just do my own thing? And a lot of them choose to just do their own thing.
But then you get people like Ryan. Like, the good thing about that is you get people like Ryan, who seems like a fucking genuinely kind of sweet dude.
Yeah.
Who now has his own very successful parlour, and you have people like Fallen Muse, who is like, that's like a fucking a mecca for
it's a powerhouse.
It's a powerhouse. It's what Front Yard used to be. Back in the day.
Yeah.
Or
pretty much is Front Yard.
Sashiko.
Yeah.
Is it Sashiko?
Yeah. So most of the artists from there went there.
It's a fucking dark. It's a really interesting industry. The people in tattooing, when you fucking meet them. I remember when I went to a tattoo convention with the boys, Rites of Passage, we went to in Melbourne.
Yeah.
And I was getting tattooed over there by a couple dudes. And this is when Carlos Torres and Nico Hurtado were coming.
Yep.
And they were the hottest tattooists at the time. And we went out with them after, got fucked up, and we ended up back at this hotel room with like Nico Hurtado, Carlos Torres. There was some other fucking huge names there. And they're just all fucking so strange. Like, the tattooists are just such a particular bunch of people.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
And Benjamin Laukis was there, and he's probably one of my favourite tattooists.
Yeah. Wearing a suit.
I don't remember what he's
suit.
in. He's in fucking Greece now, isn't he? In Athens.
Yeah, he was back here not too long ago.
I'd love a fucking
Because
piece by him.
the Muse did a full collab week.
Yeah, right.
Where they just got these
I seen that.
fucking amazing artists come to Adelaide to work on collabs together. It was so cool to see, you know. It was like...
Laukis is fucking good, but I like it. I love his tattoos, but I wouldn't personally get... I know the tattoos that he likes to do, and it's not kind of for my fucking body.
Yeah.
But
I was like... Yeah, back when I started tattooing, I'm like, he's the dude that needs to do my sleeves and shit like that. So...
He's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Bummer, I don't know what the fuck he's doing now, but he used to be really good.
Yeah, I don't know. I met Bummer once. Like when I got tattooed at his shop.
I think he's in a state now. I seen a thing the other day.
I know, Lincoln maybe he was...
He was in Lincoln.
Was in Lincoln for a bit.
I believe he's, I don't know if I'm talking shit now, but I had Michael Crafter on the podcast.
Yeah.
And he has a heap of tattoo parlours, and I can't remember if I seen him tagged with Bummer's tag in there.
Okay.
Then maybe he's in WA now.
Yeah.
Tattooing out of one of his shops. I don't know. He's very talented though.
Yeah.
He's very good with his colour.
When I met him, he was just such a dope dude. Like,
I don't know any of his personal shit. I can't comment on it, but all I know is his fucking tattooing's good.
Yeah. I'm the same. Like, I know he struggled a bit with all sorts.
A lot of tattooers fucking have.
But when I met him, he was just so chill, man. Like, he just gave me a bunch of merch from the shop. As soon as he found out, he didn't know me, you know, he's just like, oh, you tattoo as well? He's giving me shirts, hats, fucking... Then he's like, halfway through the session, he goes to the bottle-o for us. Like,
it's a rough job tattooing. It's fucking... You can't have a bad day.
Yeah.
Like, you really can't afford to have a bad day. And that would... The pressure of having, like, a massive platform like Bummer had...
Yeah.
Would be... And if you got some demons other than tattooing, that just fucking piles on.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And if you have fucking social anxiety and you go out and everyone's trying to ride your fucking dick to get a cheap tattoo, that just adds to it. So it's a miserable lifestyle for a lot of people.
Yeah. I mean, like, with me, it's like doing the drawing and shit too, you know, you tattoo all day and then... Because I do... Majority is all my custom
original
work, you know, and it would take me... You know, it could take me an hour to draw someone's design. It could take me 5 hours.
The tattoo, I don't know what creature it was, but my favourite tattoo of yours, I think you have a print of it as well, is like it looks like a little fucking meerkat-y, like thing. It's got its tongue out and its eyes are.
Yeah. I did a lot with the swirly eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, that fucking your color works excellent.
Thanks, man. No, I appreciate it. That's just what I love. Like I said, I love doing that shit. You know?
I used to hate color.
Yeah.
Now I want my sleeves in full color.
Yep.
Which I think will look dope against the full bodysuit, black and grey.
That contrast.
I used to hate Japanese tattoos. Now I fucking,
Yep.
I'd love to just have a full left arm of a Japanese sleeve.
Yep. Yeah. So
But-
that's it. Like that's like you were saying. Like your views change over time.
That's
you
like
know?
there's this homeboy in, or what's his name? He does.
Glenn?
His name's Glenn, the window cleaner. He does Japanese tattoos, but he does them with TNs and shoes.
Edgel. Yeah.
Edgel's so
Dude.
good, man.
Yeah. He just did New Balances.
He just did a New
Just
Balance.
designed-
I seen it on
yeah.
Instagram, and I was like, "That's so cool." He does like, is it EDGEL?
So IO. Yeah.
Edge with IO.
EDJIO
If
maybe.
it, anyone
I
who's
don't know.
anyone who's like a sneakerhead or into like Australiana shoes, fucking he
Yeah.
he mixes like traditional Japanese tattoos with sneaker culture,
Yeah.
and it's insane what he
Fucking
does.
cool, man. He's a nice dude. Like every now and then he'll message me.
Is he from Melbourne?
I don't even know.
It's so hard. The
could be
one
Melbourne. It could be Tassie.
the one thing that's fucking hard. It's so hard booking in with people.
Yeah.
Like there's like they got a secretary, and it's like a 6 fucking step process to booking in with them, and
Yeah.
it's hard now. The
Yeah.
better the tattooist is. But there's some people, I've only just, because I was obviously not getting tattooed, I was kind of out of the loop for 6-7 years. So I didn't know who was hot at the moment. And then the last 3 months I'm like, okay, it's time to get my sleeves
back
done now.
into it.
It's time.
Yeah.
So I got to start looking up people. There is this bloke from France. I don't know his name. I followed him. He's got a fuckload of followers. He does the best tattoos I've ever seen.
Yeah.
He's French.
What's Glenn in French?
Glenn.
Who's Glenn?
He's so good. It's like he's painting the fucking Sistine Chapel
Yeah.
on you. Like,
Yeah.
it's insane. I can't imagine what he charges. But even there's this bloke from Bali or Indonesia, sorry, Ada Inc.
Yep.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah. Okay.
But they all got I think this style at the moment's really popular. It's like a blend of black and grey with massive pops of colour.
Yeah.
Like a lot of pop culture references.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, well, that's the thing. Like everyone, like the typical kind of black and grey kind of Chicano gangster girl and all that. Like,
It's over.
It's not over at all.
It's not over.
Just
It's over for
saturated.
me. It's over for me.
Yeah, it's like there's a lot of artists can do it, whereas when it got really popular, it was just like the pioneers of it were doing it. And
That's
now it's everyone.
In my opinion, and I'm probably biased, but in my opinion, if you want a black and grey Chicano style sleeve or any kind of work like that, BJ Darling is the best at it.
yeah,
In my opinion, because his shit's just so smooth,
Yep.
his shading smooth. He can give you I'm not exaggerating, he can give you a full sleeve in almost a day.
yeah,
Like, he's that efficient with it.
Yeah.
He's just so good at it. He's nailed it down to a science.
yeah,
But then you go to, that kind of tattoo style was one of those things. If you're going to do it, you have to go to someone good, or else it's going to look shit.
exactly. Yeah, it's definitely it's not an easy thing to do. You
No,
know,
it's
there's
not.
so many.
You have to have smooth. The shading needs
yeah.
to be so smooth, because if it's jarring, it looks terrible.
And like the contrast of it too. Like you see the ones how it has like the negative like fat cap lettering with it. You know, massive just open space. You know, like Morris does a bit of it every now and then.
Morris is
On
another
his.
one. Morris is probably the
Yeah.
most consistent tattooer I've fucking seen. He's just always grinding, always grinding. Same as Monops. Monops is like leveled up hugely.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Cody's Cody. He just, when he wants to tattoo, he'll tattoo.
I
He's
love
getting
that,
a lot
yeah.
better. He's working a lot. He's working a lot more
Has he?
now because I think he's got a kid on the way, so he's knuckled down heaps.
Yeah.
But Cody's another one. If he hates the tattoo, like, there's a lot of politics in tattoos.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bullshit in tattoos, and I think he just doesn't vibe with that. He just likes to go and tattoo and then go home and not
Yeah.
talk about it.
Yeah.
But
Last time I got tattooed by him, I'm like, dude, like, can I book in? When are you free? And he's like, oh, next Thursday. I'm like, oh shit.
he's always
Fucking,
free.
like, whoa.
He tattoos. He's in a position where he tattoos kind of what he wants to tattoo.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough.
Yeah.
Like, if I was a tattooist, I wouldn't want to be doing fucking shit tattoos. You know? Do you have to decline tattoos ever?
Yeah,
Or push
for a
them
bit
in
there.
or push them into like a different direction?
Yeah, for a bit there, I was a couple of years ago maybe. I was after COVID. I was flat out, and I was doing what I wanted to do, like
'Cause no one
pretty
could get
much
tattooed for so long.
strictly what I wanted to do, and I stuck to my guns with it. I'm just like, I can. This is your idea, yeah, cool, but it has to be in my style. And they're like, yeah, fuck yeah. And now it's kind of gotten to a point where everyone kind of just wants what they want, and I still do shit how I want to do it. Like, I'll still tattoo how I want to do it, but it's not just that complete 100% freedom, you know? And, it's an odd one. With my style, it's not that people don't like it, because I know people like it. It's just really unique.
It's very... Because you and Ryan are same but different. Same but very different, I'd say. Like,
Yeah.
Ryan's probably the best neo-trad artist that I know of. I wouldn't call your shit neo-trad at all. It's more like cartoony.
It's new school. More
new school. But like, Ryan's phenomenal at like just neo-trad sticker tattoo. See, I used to fucking hate neo-trad.
Yep.
Neo-trad was huge for ages.
Yeah.
But neo-trad with realistic shading. I don't know, is that what you would call new school?
No, yeah, new school's just really like cartoony, like elements that are just fucking blown out of proportion.
Have you
know?
dived into like the stitching tattoos?
No, I haven't done anything like that.
Would
I
you
mean,
do
I'd do
one?
it. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Would you do a Randy?
Yeah.
I can't remember that one guy. He's like the one who's probably the biggest at it on my Instagram.
Yeah.
Those tattoos are fucking cool.
Yeah.
It's a cool little... I wouldn't get like a full sleeve of it, but there's like a little sticker on you.
As a sticker, yeah.
He does sticker ones as well with like little tears in them.
Yeah, it's like one of the corners peeling
Yeah.
up. And yeah, I look at some of that stitching stuff and I just think, how's that going to look over time?
That's the other thing. You see all
Yeah.
these tattoos. You see these phenomenal fucking tattoos. Like, I remember there was this dude called Brad Bosco.
Yep.
He is a collector in Australia, tattoo collector, and he was the one getting tattooed by Carlos Torres at Rites of Passage when I was there.
Yep.
I think he paid 20 grand for 2 days. And it was a chest piece. It was a nice chest piece, but it could be done by like it wasn't fucking like, you know, like you could get someone in Adelaide to do that.
Yeah.
But you got Carlos on you. Listen, like, the name carries a lot of weight.
Yeah.
If you meet someone and they're like, I've got a full Carlos Torres chest piece, you're like, oh.
Yeah. But that's only in certain circles.
Yeah,
though.
it's very
like,
niche.
tattooers
It's
fucking
very,
would love it,
it's
but
very niche.
You
But
try and tell your auntie.
Seeing-
Carlos Torres, like,
seeing, yeah, your answer's like, who? Who's that Mexican?
did he used to do those late night TV ads?
He would have. I was sussing out his body, and his healed tattoos just looked like my tattoos.
Yeah.
Because those tattooists a lot of tattooists will take an excellent fresh picture,
Yeah.
and then the tattoo will just fucking blur and
Yeah.
bleed into itself, and some of them get fucked because some of them nail in the ink so fucking hard it'll get infected. Like, I've got a mate that got tattooed by Butcher,
Yeah.
and it's fucked.
Yeah.
But that's saying that might be 1 out of 100. But it's
Yeah.
like you're paying fucking $6 grand for a day. Like,
So that's it. Like, but then there's other people that have been tattooed by Butcher. That's
it's excellent.
fucking phenomenal.
So it's just not a risk, but like, you don't always know what it's going to heal like.
you get tattooed by someone who's not from here or from wherever you're at, and you don't have that follow up to go, look, this didn't heal great. I'm happy to do a second pass, but they're in fucking
Lithuania.
yeah, exactly. And it's just like, well, I might come back to Melbourne one day. You know, you're just like, fuck.
I fucking had not the worst experience, but like, I got my right thigh. There was this bloke down from Thailand. It was who BJ got caught by, Jeep, I think his name is. Good tattooist, great tattooist. But he's like, I was like, you got any free days while you're down for the week? And he's like, I can do tomorrow. And I was like, fuck it, I'll get a tattoo from you. Yeah. So he did this like skull on my thigh. It's pretty big. It's pretty good. But his tattooing style was fucking torturous to sit through.
Yeah.
It just took so long because he would like tattoo it a little bit and then he'd like stop and kind of look like he was real pedantic about it, and I was like, this is fuck. I couldn't get into the zone of like liking the, like, you know, when you're getting tattooed after like 30 minutes you're like, oh, you kind of get used to the pain.
Yeah.
I don't know, for me anyway.
Yeah.
For me anyway, it takes 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And then for the next 6 hours I'm fine, and then the last hour's shit.
And you just hit a
That's
brick
just
wall.
how the process is for me.
Yeah.
But this was like the tattoo was starting fresh every fucking 30 seconds and it went for 8 hours and I was like, this is torturous.
Yeah. Oh, it's a lot of artists are different, you know.
Surprisingly, my ass was the worst tattoo I've ever got.
Yeah, okay.
That was fucking terrible.
Yeah.
So painful. And I didn't know how to take a shit after.
Yeah, or you just hover.
I got both cheeks done.
Yeah. At the same time? Or?
Yeah. I got both cheeks done the same day.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, I went home and I was like, how do I take a shit?
Yeah, how do you drive home, you know? Like, how do you fucking sit for a week?
I remember when I got my armpits done, I got both done the same day.
Yeah.
And then I was like, it wasn't too bad. Like, it was pretty shit, but it wasn't like the worst tattoo ever.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh no, I can't lower my arms.
Yeah.
Like, I physically can't put my arms like this.
Yeah.
So I was driving home and I was like, I can't drive.
Yeah.
So it took me like 40 minutes to drive from Ingaholics to Hallett Cove.
Yeah.
And then that night I had to sleep like this because I couldn't physically put my arms down. I was like, this is the worst. The only thing I hate about tattoos is the healing. If I could just get a tattoo and not have to deal with it.
It's done, yeah. Yeah, that's all part of it. No, there's so many aspects to it, you know, how you look after it. And
Do people still use Bepanthen?
yeah.
Is that a thing?
No one can say the word, though. Everyone's like, oh, when you ask people, well, what do you use for healing? They're like, oh, Ben
Bepanthen.
Bepanthen.
There's so many aftercares now.
Yeah.
And there's so many numbing creams. Numbing cream wasn't really a vibe when I was getting tattooed.
That's on the outs, I reckon.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not good.
Isn't it?
No.
Does it ruin the tattoo?
It can. I'm not saying
The ink doesn't take in as well?
Yeah, it can make. Everyone's different. I've tattooed people that have used numbing cream that's been fucking fine, and then I've tattooed people that it's just horrible, you know, and then it heals shit.
I don't know. I don't want to sound like a fucking tattoo purist, but I feel like if you can't sit it, don't get it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, even people that fuck out on like 10 oxys during tattoos, it's like, maybe you shouldn't be getting that tattoo.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
If you need 15 oxys and fucking 7 Valiums to get the tattoo, maybe you shouldn't get it.
No, that's it. Like, I know, like, numbing cream, there's just been all this stuff come out about it that, like, most of the main big ones aren't, like, FDA approved or, you know, whatever it is in the States. But, yeah, the main ones that people use here, you have to buy them online, and they're dodgy, man. Like, I read one of the boxes. It was like NTX, MX, fucking, you know, all these consonants chucked in together. But on the box with the ingredients, it lists all the ingredients, and then at the end of the list, it said, and so on.
What's in there? Cocaine? Like,
what the fuck does... you can't put and so on a list of ingredients. That's just... You can't do that.
Yeah, you can't. You legally cannot do that.
Yeah. So I was like, how fucking dodgy is that? And
I can't.
There was an artist, I don't know if it was someone in Adelaide, that he used it on his chest and it fucking went to his heart. He had to go to hospital.
Yeah, I took So once when I was for a laugh, it wasn't for a laugh. I was like, see, because I sit tattoos fine. Like I could sit 12 hours, no dramas. It sucks, but it's just like it is what it is.
Yeah.
And I remember once I was getting, can't remember. I was just getting part of my leg, and someone was like, "Oh, do you want an oxy?" Like, my grandma's dying. So she has these really strong oxys, and I was never. I'm not a downers kind of person.
Keep them for her.
I've never taken a fucking oxy or anything like that. And I remember, I think Cody was tattooing me, and I took this fucking thing, and it made the tattoo so unenjoyable. I was falling asleep during it, like fucking slouched over. Felt like I was in a fucking nightmare. I don't understand how people like to feel like that.
Yeah,
but it's just. If you can't handle it, just don't fucking do it. It's like the people that get put under anaesthetic now to get blasted.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, it's like, I just, like numbing cream, I'm at that point where I'm ready just to turn people away if they rock. Because most people ask me, they're just like, hey, can I use numbing cream? And I say no.
You want to fit the part of the tattoo experience is fucking going through the shit of it all.
To me, it's just dangerous. Like,
it's fucking, like, you just... If you want to get tattooed, you sit down for 4 hours, you get tattooed. 5 hours. You don't have to... If you want to fucking bow out, just bow out. I've bowed out on a tattoo before. I had fucking sunburn on... The one time I bowed out on a tattoo, I had massive sunburn on my back.
Yeah.
And BJ was leaving to go to Melbourne, like, in 2 weeks. So I really wanted to get my back piece finished. And I rocked up and I had fucking horrible sunburn. And he's like... If we do it, it's going to fucking hurt, man. Yeah. Like, this is going to hurt. And I was like, nah, just fucking do it. Just do it, please. Because, like, you're going to be gone. I can't be fucking going to Melbourne.
Yeah.
3 hours in, I was like, I am out. Yeah. I am done. Just say you're done if it sucks. Do fucking 4 sessions. Yeah. It's going to cost you the same. Yeah. You'd be cheaper if you knocked it out in a whole day, but it's going to cost you $300 more.
Yeah, exactly. Like, numbing cream is just...
People are too proud.
I just don't fuck with it. Because, like, you're risking as well your work not... ending up how me as the artist wants it.
And at the end of the day, it's a contract between you and the fucking customer. I'm putting this piece of art on you. It's not like it's a representation of me. It's on your fucking body, but it's my tattoo. When you go out, everyone's going to be like, the first thing people ask, who did that tattoo?
If it's shit or if it's good.
I'm not going there, or I am going there. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then you get cunts that just don't look after their tattoo.
Yeah. Well, that's it too. Like, tattooers are the worst for that. We're the worst at it.
I'm fucking so pedantic about looking after them when I do them.
You just need to.
I got one infected once on my hip bone because obviously hips shit because your pants rub on them. Yeah. And it got infected a little bit. Nothing crazy, but that sucks. It just sucks because it falls out and fucking... Yeah. It's just shit.
It just is what it is. But I don't know. If fucking... Don't use numbing cream.
Don't use numbing cream. Fucking... How do you feel about people going under anaesthetic?
Oh, I don't know enough about it. I think that's fucking stupid.
When I remember I think it was a soccer player or someone.
You get like 6 artists.
They got like a full fucking back suit and 2 arms done in fucking 12 hours.
That's so much to put your body through.
But imagine waking up. Because I think the best thing about not using numbing cream is you're kind of getting a feel for the suck of it all. Yeah. It kind of is preparing you for the aftercare. Whereas if you just fucking go to sleep and wake up and you got a full body tattoo, your body's going to be in so much fucking shock. Yeah. Like, you're going to be like, oh my God. I don't know about other people. I don't know if my body's changed or not, but I used to swell up heaps. Yeah. Like, my skin... That's why Cody and BJ were so good at tattooing me, because they could kind of... They knew how to shade with how red I would get, because I would get so red. Yeah. And so swollen. Yeah. And like, it would be fucked. But I would be used to, I'd know, this is going to suck after. Yeah. At least, because I went through the worst part. Yeah. But if you just wake up with a full bodysuit, you're going to fucking want to kill yourself.
Oh, it'd be fucking horrible. It's like people that get tattooed consistently, regularly. You know, like, they'll get tattooed once a week. And it's like, your body's still healing from the first one.
Oh, I used to fuck myself up so much.
And your immune system's just gone, I've been focusing over here, but now I've got to jump over here, but then not focus as much over here.
Like, I used to forget where I had to put creams. Yeah. I don't know which one's fresh anymore. Yeah, yeah. I think it took like 6 months to do my left leg,
Yeah.
and it was a bit quicker. I got both my legs done in a year.
Yeah.
In a year and a half-ish.
I mean, that's the way to do it, though. Like,
Just
really.
do it while you're in the vibe of it. Don't, because I hate unfinished work.
Yeah, and if you're getting it from the same artist, like, if you wait years, your artist isn't going to like what they're doing from when they started it. They've evolved, they're better. They're, or their design choices are better, or like the way they approach things are better.
I'm gonna try and knock out this sleeve with if it happens. They're just talking about the design now, but hopefully I can get in with Jaden and Troy at Fallen Muse, and they offered me 2 back-to-back days, and I'm like, fuck it, let's just do that and then do another 2.
Yeah,
like let's knock it out in fucking a month if we have to.
Yeah,
like it's because it's good pricing. It's fucking.
Yeah.
It's perfect. So let's just fucking do it over like whenever you can. I'll jump in. I can sit fucking 10 hours, 12 hours. I'll fucking sit 2 days if you want me to. Like, just get it done. I hate looking at unfinished work.
Yeah. And that's it. Like, and that's that commitment. Some people are, it might be funds or whatever that they just like, have to put it off and. But then there's those other clients that are like, yeah, fuck, let's smash it. I want it. And that enthusiasm is just like, fuck yeah, like,
And also, I've just told them I gave them like a premise of what I want on the tattoo.
Yeah.
Kind of, but I hate being one of those people because these are my last tattoos. I'm a bit like, I want as much because a lot of my tattoos are portraits.
Yeah.
So these tattoos, I want a fuckload of details in them, just little random. I want as many tattoos as I can fit on my one arm without looking messy. You know what I mean? I want as many gap fillers or as many...
Yeah.
And it's hard because I remember when you're at a tattoo parlour all the time and people are like, I want this, this and this, and I want it to do this and this, and it's fucking annoying and it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But I just want as many little minute details in the sleeves as possible.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to describe it, because I'm not an artist.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like after that first session, then they get to know you a bit. Like, like they'll come up. They'll be like, "Oh, how about we do this next time?" Like,
I'm excited to get tattooed by 2 people at the same time. I've always wanted to do that.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do that.
It's like a bit of a bucket list thing, isn't it?
I don't know how the fuck. It'd be so awkward for them. Like they'd have to kind of know. I guess you'd have to know how to do it. Because you'd have to start on certain spots and plan it. I imagine they seem like they're very professional, so I imagine they will actually plan it out.
Maybe, it's also someone like that they know each other really well.
I might be one of those blokes. I'll message them every week and be like, "Can I have the drawing? Can I have the drawing?" Yeah. Do you hate that?
But I don't really get it because I send out a sheet when we do the whole booking process.
Yeah.
There's a sheet with everything written, and it says you won't see your design
until the day of.
Pretty much the day of. It says the night before, but I rarely send shit the
There's
night before.
for those people that like come to you, they book in and they come to you the next week. So do you have a sketch? Or
yeah, and it's just like, look, I tattoo every day.
Yeah.
I go home and draw the night before for the next.
Is that
day.
what you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll tattoo all day and then go home, and I could have 5 hours of drawing to do.
That's the thing. It takes a long time to fucking create art.
And then you send the shit the night before, and they might go, "I love it," and then an hour later, they're just like, "Oh, I showed my missus and she pointed this out that she didn't like this," or it's like, "Oh, my mum saw it and she wants to change this," and it's like, "Fuck you!"
I am the worst and best tattoo client ever because I don't really care about what they do. Like if whatever design they want, I will not alter it at all.
Yeah.
Like I just don't care. As long as it's because I know if they do what they want to do, it's going to be better.
Yeah.
Like if they just can do like a lot of tattooists just now when they get to a certain level, the higher of the level you go, the less the option the client has.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good thing because when you get to that kind of level, you should be able to tattoo whatever the fuck you want on people.
Yeah. It's all trust, I'll just tell them, look, you gotta have trust in me.
My absolute favourite tattooist, I fucking really want to get tattooed by her, but it's so hard to. I've tried to link it up for years, but she's based in the UK. Sam Barber.
Okay.
I fucking have always just loved her tattoos for some reason.
Yeah.
And like her style is so specific.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even know what to tell her to tattoo on me because her style is so different to everything I like. So I'd just have to let her tattoo whatever the fuck she wanted.
Yeah.
But I just like her style of tattooing.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's exactly right. It's all trust in your artist. So like when I draw shit, I'll draw it until I'm happy with it. You know, the ones where people are just like, all right, complete freedom. Here's a rough idea. I always need.
They're
a rough
probably
idea.
your best. They're probably your best tattoos, though.
Yeah, and I'll draw. I won't draw it and get 2 hours in, and I'll be like, this will do. Like, I'll keep drawing until I'm happy. As soon as I'm happy with it, then I know they'll be happy. You know, and then when I show them the next day, they'll just be like, sweet. You know,
I'd
do it.
love a tattoo of Randy and Cartman in an MMA fight.
Yeah.
Is that a vibe?
Fuck yeah, it is.
That's a vibe.
That's the thing, like those ideas, like the other day.
I love nicely. I never used to, but now I'm into like really well executed shit tattoos.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like stupid tattoos that are very, very well executed.
Yeah. The other day I did a, Anthony Kiedis from Chili Peppers. I did him as an anglerfish. You know those fucking fish with the bauble? And the bauble thing was the Chili Peppers logo.
That's
and
dope.
he's just got the teeth and like the bubbles coming out of his mouth spell out Cali.
That's so good.
So it's like he's saying California, like, because he just fucking loves saying California.
I wouldn't mind my left arm to just be random stickers, but with like a... The only thing with stickers is I don't like the fact that skin's in the middle of them all.
Yeah.
So if I could figure out a way to put like some sort of like realistic background
Okay.
with like a heap of stickers on my left arm, I think that's the go because I want a heap of different tattoos. Like
But with stickers, if they're designed well, you design them to fit those edges. You know, if there's a certain edge on the one that you got before, and then the artist designs it to go in with it, not join up, still that there's skin. And then when it's a full sleeve, even the gaps, like if it's not heaps gappy, it looks like a full sleeve. Like it doesn't, like the skin breaks isn't really an issue. You know what I mean? Like patchwork sleeves, when they're a full sleeve, they look sick.
they do.
Yeah.
I would love my logo tattooed on me. The little bottle.
Yeah.
Got like a little caricature of a
Yeah.
beer bottle.
Was that the one Reels did?
Yeah.
Yeah, sick.
Yeah, it's fucking dope. He's so good.
Yeah. No, very fucking talented.
He's so
Talented
good.
designer.
Anyone that gets that tattooed on them, I will pay for half of it. I'm not going to pay for all of it.
Claiming on tax that way.
Yeah.
It's a business expense.
Yeah, I'll pay for half of it.
No, that's sick, man. Like he does such good work.
Are you pretty booked out?
I'm reasonably booked out. You know, I've got space fucking as early as next week,
Yeah, right.
but I'm comfortably booked out. You know what I mean?
You don't want to be like fucking 6 months fucking go.
I only really, when I do book out
3 months at a
completely,
time.
it's 2. Generally 2.
How much is your day rate?
Mine's 1,100
That's fucking reasonable.
for nowadays.
Would you say you're quick?
Yep.
Like you can finish
Yeah.
a piece in a day,
Yeah.
depending.
Depending on the piece, obviously. Like I don't rush anything, but I'm reasonably quick. You know, it's not like you book in with an artist and their day rate's 1,100, but they only get fucking that much done in a day. You know what I mean?
Have you done Is it you? Have you done like what's the thing from Crash Bandicoot, the little ooga booga?
I haven't.
You haven't? You haven't done that?
No.
Fuck, that'd be a good tattoo.
In my style.
Yeah, I was gonna say
full
like, but with
style.
its fucking tripping on acid
Yeah.
a little bit.
That would be good.
Fuck, I need to book in. I need to start getting some tattoos.
Yeah, we'll do some fun shit.
Maybe I'll get a tattoo with you before I get it done with fucking Troy and Jake, because I haven't been tattooed in like 6 years. I need to see if I can even sit it, because everyone says it sucks the more you get older.
It does.
My mate Dale's Pavy's just finishing up his bodysuit slowly, and he got his armpits done
Yeah.
both his armpit done the other day, and he's like, it was terrible.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't bad, but like as you get older,
Yeah.
it's just not as fun. Like just sitting in the chair.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I don't think you've really got anything to worry about.
But now there's
On
like
your
Netflix
arms.
and shit and podcasts. There was no fucking podcast when I was 18 getting tattooed.
Well, just the tattooers in the shop is like a podcast.
Yeah, it depends. If you get a fucking cool tattooer, it makes it so much funner.
I reckon they could chuck a camera in my room and just listen to us talk shit all day.
That'd be a good little
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
If you do it with select people
Yeah.
that you're tattooing, if you did like a little tattoo podcast.
That's it. Some people just sit there, they don't say anything. You know, sometimes I don't say anything. Sometimes I'm just like fucking.
Depends
Just
if it's
all
shit.
go.
If I know it's going to be a shit spot, like when I was doing my ass or when I was doing my inner thighs, like real close to my dick, like my very high up my inner thighs, I was like, just chuck my earphones in and I'd just close my eyes and just fucking, I wouldn't talk for fucking like 6 hours.
Yeah.
Because I didn't like breaks. I didn't like having break. I'd only have a break when they wanted to eat
Yeah.
or something. Because as soon as you fucking stop, it sucks again.
Yeah. I have a break probably every hour and a half.
Yeah.
I have a cigarette break, just 5 minutes.
I like that because I'm obviously a smoker, so a smoke breaks fucking helps heaps with me.
I've just noticed like otherwise if I
Your
push
attention.
through, my fucking hand starts to get sore. Like my
If-
eyes are a bit.
If
fucking-
anyone's never, I have tattooed someone before
yeah,
at Ingaholics.
yeah,
I tattooed one of my mates. I held the fucking gun for like 30 seconds and I was trying to do a line
Yeah.
on someone that was getting tattooed. And it's so hard.
yeah.
Like-
I tattooed the first day of tattooing. I tattooed myself. First day of the job, knew nothing about tattooing.
It's so hard.
It
You can't push I didn't know. Like, you can't push the needle into, like, you're not just going like this. Like, you got to make sure you got enough pressure, not enough pressure. You got to angle it right.
Yeah,
It's fucking wild.
yeah.
It's the hardest form of art.
It's I suppose people forget that. But
Well, canvases don't fucking jump and scream.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you
Twitch
and you can just
fucking-
throw the canvas out and start again. You can't just cut the cunt's leg off.
yeah. Or you get like someone who is talking a lot that you're tattooing, and they're hand talkers.
Oh, and they're fucking moving around.
You know, they might be having a chat with Ryan, and they're just fucking like, oh yeah, you know, like over there, it's fucking, you know, and you're just like, every time they move, their ankle moves. You know, it's just like, fucking settle down, mate.
Mm.
Like I know it's good to talk and all that sort of shit, but at the end of the day, you're gonna
Stay
forget
still.
this conversation, but you're not gonna forget your tattoo that has fucking janky ass lines on it because you were moving around too much, you know.
And your shit is really imperative on a steady hand.
Yeah,
Like your line work and shit. Same as fucking Ryan. Like, it all comes down to the lines.
yeah, like black and grey stuff. You know, like I barely use a liner. You know, you just fucking get in there with the mag, but with the colour stuff like I do, that's really important. You know.
What gun do you use? Is Injector still fucking the go with everyone?
Yeah, I think they've sold to the Germans or something. The whole business, because they were made in Mount Barker. They're still phenomenal machines. I use my daily is a machine that one of the co-owners of Inkjector, he just did. His name's Chris Cashmore. He did some himself just for fun, I think. They're nothing special. They're just fucking L frame with a barrel motor on it, and that's all it is. But just does everything I want it to, you know. So that's pretty much my day.
Are you sponsored by anyone?
No.
No? That Dr. Pickles cunts were sponsoring heaps of people back in
Yeah,
the day.
they asked. I think at the last convention, there was some chick from Dr. Pickles.
Aftercare is such a weird thing because you can pay like $600 million for the same thing but Panther from the shops are going to do.
Yeah.
It comes down to just how much you use it, how well you use it. Like, I used to have a hell routine for tattoos. I used to, like, I'd go home, have a shower, get all the gunk off, tap it dry. Then I would fucking lather it like a thick coating in Bepanthen. Thick as
Yeah.
fuck. And then I would wrap it overnight.
Okay.
And then I would just let it sweat
Yeah.
And then I would wake up in the morning, I would go in the shower, and then all that excess ink and gunk and shit would come off.
Yeah.
And then I'd just lightly fucking coat it
Yeah.
for the rest. But that's how, and every night I went to bed, I'd do the same thing. I'd lather it because I'm rolling around and rubbing and shit.
Yeah.
And then every morning I'd wake up and you just get all that excess ink out you.
Yeah.
But everyone's different.
Everyone's
now there's
different.
second skin.
Yeah.
I haven't been tattooed since second skin's been out.
Fucking, like, big stuff I don't use it for. But if it's like a little banger on a spot where
perfect.
it isn't a bend, you put it on and you feel it to begin with, but half an hour later you forget you've got a tattoo. Like you might get, you know how you get that little throb, that sting?
Yeah.
You might get that, but the first night's sleep, you don't get that, like brushing your leg on a blanket. Like you forget it's there. You know, it's brilliant.
Yeah, second skin's such a game changer. It's so good. It's like, if anyone that doesn't know, it's not made for tattoos, but it's like a thin, almost like glad wrap that sticks to you and it molds to you perfectly, and you can't see it when it's on.
Yeah.
And it's fucking so flexible and nice. I used to have to, like, when I'd get my torso done, I'd have to get like a whole roll of fucking glad wrap and get someone to like go around me and shit.
Yeah, no, it is a game changer. But it's, you know, I don't use, like, if it's on a bend, on a, like, close to a knee or something, I don't use it, because if you're bending, it's just going to peel up and you got to take it off. As soon as it breaks that seal between the tattoo and the outside world, then you've just got to take it off. That's when bacteria and shit will get in there. And then you're sitting there with bacteria inside your second skin for, you know, you can leave it on for 4 or 5 days.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I would never do that.
I last time I got tattooed, I did.
Really?
Left it on for 5 days and you peel it. And
You put bepanthen under it? Or like a aftercare after it?
Full clean.
Really?
You want to wash it, antibacterial, no bacteria at all, and chuck it on. And then
And you can shower with it as well, can't you?
Yep.
That's interesting.
And then that's that first almost a week of healing. Like, because it kind of tricks, your body gets tricked into thinking that it's already got that layer. So it speeds up the process. Like,
That's a game changer.
your body just goes, all right, so the protective skin that we're putting over top of this wound is already there. So we'll move on to step 2, you know?
Yeah, right, because it is annoying having to apply bepanthen fucking every 3 hours. And it doesn't feel amazing. But I feel like because I'm getting my arms next, this will be piss weak easy compared to the other tattoos I've had to fucking care for.
Your arms will be easy. Like I said, the inner bicep, I was expecting the worst because everyone tells you.
Well, I've already got like probably the
Yeah.
worst part done.
Yeah.
Which I imagine is probably up here, and that didn't suck that much.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's like the one Cody did. It was a portrait, and it was all black hair up to my armpit, and even that was at the end of the day because you start down the bottom, work up, and even that was just like, yeah, this is fine.
I'm so fucking pumped to see what they draw up eventually, and see what they figure out.
Yeah, they'll work it out. And that, like I said earlier, like they work together, so they know.
They know each other.
Yeah, and it's almost like a dance, like fucking when 2 people are tattooing at the same time. If it's 2 people from different states that come together for a convention, they might be friends, but they've never, you know. Whereas these 2, they just
Where is Follamuse? City?
in the city. Yeah, I'm not too sure where. I've never been there, but
I went to... Where did Pengilly work in the city? Or did Pengilly work? No, where was Sashiko in the city?
no, that was Mount Barker. So that was Sashiko's front yard.
Fuck, I think Bummer had a shop in the city.
Yes, he
Yeah,
was,
what was that called? Sorry.
The Grim Raptor.
Grim Raptor. I went there and that place
Gilly worked there, right?
Yeah, that place was fucking phenomenal.
Just like all the movie merch
All
and
the
shit.
art and shit in there. It was like...
They've got like scripts from Scream, you know, like signed by the actors.
Are they still there?
Nah, they closed.
They did?
They closed down. I know his ex was selling all their stuff. She was selling like signed like Jason Voorhees fucking like posters for fuck all.
Really?
And they just got snatched up, but yeah, it was
If you got anything else.
Probably got a warehouse full of it because they had that big raptor statue. That was sick.
Yeah, I think they had like fucking legit statues from like Jurassic Park and shit in there.
Yeah, a lot of like movie merch and stuff.
That was
Horror.
phenomenal parlour.
Yeah,
but I
was
think
cool.
those super parlours, like where there's 7 tattooists that are like elite, they never end work. They never end. They there's a lot of egos involved, and
Yeah.
it's rare that they always work.
Yeah.
Because there's just a lot of ego involved in when you get to kind of, I guess, that level of tattooing for a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, obviously, at Glasshouse, it sounds like it's pretty fucking cruisy. Like, everyone just does their own thing. And
I mean, yeah, we're all, I don't know, like we're all partnered. Like we're all, we're fucking in our 30s.
adults.
Like there's no like.
I think
There's no
it's
people jumping around trying to root the apprentices and shit like that.
It's
like,
also when you like. There's a lot of that in tattooing as well.
Yeah.
When you go to like. When there's a difference between. There's people that love the tattoo scene.
Yeah.
But like there's scene tattooists, and then there's people that just want to fucking tattoo. There's a very specific scene that you can get involved in with tattooing where it's very artsy and weird, and you're very eccentric and fucking who's the weirdest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Then there's like the rock star side of it.
Yeah.
Or like, after hours you're doing coke out the back and shit like that.
Because there can be a lot of money involved in tattooing.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? If you get to a certain point, you're just fucking getting an obscene amount of money.
And it's an industry now where those money people have cottoned onto it. They're just like, there can be money made from tattooing.
A lot.
And that's why I love like that. Like, look at the Muse, it's artist run shops. Like they're just run by artists because they love art.
I want to get. I want my whole chest covered up, but I don't want to get laser. So I want a dark tattoo.
Yeah.
And I hit up. I want to get Radums to do it.
Fuck yeah.
Just whatever the fuck you want. I want a Kraken.
What a fucking legend, eh?
Radums is the man. Radums is the man.
I love that cunt.
He is the man.
Yeah.
He's a strange unit, but I like it.
He's a character.
His style is so weird. It's so like fucking the pits of fucking your worst nightmares.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? But it just looks so good.
Yeah. I remember the first time I met him, he came into the shop in Hackham to get a job.
He's a particular dude, isn't he?
I was like, I told the boss not to hire him because like that shop was a fucking sinking ship.
Mm. So you did it to benefit him.
I did, yeah. I was just like, this dude's good. Like, because he was tattooing fucking family members and shit.
Yeah.
And he was really trying to convince my old boss, like, come on, like, give me a job. He was sure of himself, And I said, don't hire him.
How long ago was this? Well, how long has he
This
been
was-
tattooing?
I don't know, I'd say 7 years, something like that.
I wonder where he started.
He was Inkaholics still?
No,
around
but
then?
Masterminds might have been. That's
He
what I'm
started
thinking.
at Masterminds, I reckon.
Which is crazy because that was not that long for how good he is.
Yeah,
But I think he found his niche.
yeah, and he always stuck with that niche.
And he
that
found
was-
his niche. He didn't try and like kind
Yeah.
of do like fucking ultra realism portraits of people.
The drawings that he brought in then were that shit, like that.
It's so hard to describe. It's very fucking. It's what you'd think hell would look like.
Yeah.
Like, it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
It's very bio.
It's like a bad mushy trip type thing.
It is. It's very bad mushy trip.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't even call it biomechy. It's like evil biomech.
Yeah, like just like almost like a sketchy blackwork kind of style. Like,
But heaps dark as well, and I fucking really like people that tattoo really fucking dark.
yeah. But then, using the skin that you do leave, like,
As
to have
a
that good contrast.
as a shade. But yeah, I just want my whole fucking chest. I don't know if it's even possible. I might have to get some laser.
You'll work it out.
I can't be fucking laser though. I got my back lasered before I got my back piece. People hype it up so much. It's not that bad.
Just black it all out.
I'll fucking black it out.
Black it out.
I could black it out. I was talking to, was it Danny B? Tattoos at somewhere I was the other day.
He's cool too, man. He's a nice bloke.
He's got dark style as well.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a cool style. Adelaide's just fucking full of like.
We got good tattoos
Adelaide's
here,
really rich for tattooing.
It's like I was talking to, I hadn't talked to her in fucking years the other day, or I don't know if I talked. I can't remember if we talked or if I just added her and she added me back and we were talking a little bit. But she, Jess Hannigan.
Yep. She's lovely.
Her style's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
It's not for me. Like, it's very feminine. It's more of a feminine style of tattoo.
Yeah.
Like watercolor. But she's so good.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I've met her a couple of times. She's just a really lovely person.
She used to work at Inkaholics briefly.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, right. Not weird.
With as many good people there are in tattooing, there is also a very select few pieces of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
as any industry.
Pieces of shit.
There's a few.
Yeah.
That will go unnamed.
No, well, I'm like that. I like to keep myself on a good level with everyone. Yeah. I don't. Yeah, it's like that. There's definitely some fucking dodgy people out there.
It's dodgy people in any field, I guess.
Yeah, well, that's it. That's exactly right. But
do you do anything? You obviously have fucking a lot of other hobbies and shit. You don't obsess over tattooing too much anymore.
Yeah, drawing.
Drawing's so the art, like you like that. You're like the art side of tattooing.
I've always drawn, but that's tattooing kind of slowed that a lot. Like, I did last thing I want to do after drawing and tattooing.
Do you used to graph?
Drawing.
No, never a grapher.
Nah, people think that I was.
I was going to say you got a good hand style, but that's probably just from the art side of things.
Yeah. My brother graphed. He did a bit. Like, he still does fuck around with it.
You grew up southern then?
Yeah. I was in Victor. So I grew up in Victor.
I'm just going to grab another beer.
No, get into it. Whoa. But, I never did graph. I should have, like just throwing up characters and shit. Yeah. But, like, I sail a bit.
Sail?
Yeah.
The ocean?
The river.
The seven seas?
Sail the river.
Sail the river?
Yeah. My old man, like, I grew up on Hamash Island.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Kind of half in Victor and half Hamash Island.
Wouldn't even be able to fucking look at a property there now. It used to be so much cheaper up that way.
He bought his property with a shack on it. And it was just as you go over the bridge. It was a ferry back then, so we used to catch the ferry to school every day. And he's just on the left. Like, if you're going over the bridge, you look on the left. There's one of those big fucking, multi-million-dollar houses. Like, that's one of his.
Jesus, I remember before COVID, I was looking at like just investment properties, and I was looking in High Island because you could buy blocks there for like $300,000 at the time.
Yeah.
Like, pretty cheap. This was only like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And then COVID happened.
There were ones going for like 100 and something.
Yeah.
Not long ago.
And then COVID fucking happened, and now it's like 850 for just the land.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's what I should have done. My uncle hit me up and said they just subdivided a bunch of land over there.
You're based in Dingy now?
I'm in Mount Compass.
You're in... I love fucking Mount Compass, bro.
It's cold. It was fucking coming here this morning. It was misty.
I love it there, though. It's so nice. It's fresh. You wake up and it's just fresh.
Lots of cows. Yeah.
You live in a house or in a property?
House. Yeah. Yeah. So, it's all right. I mean, all my family's still down south, so...
I couldn't imagine not living down south.
Yeah.
You got to trek to work, though, eh?
Yeah, 45.
In the morning, and then on the way back, same?
Yeah.
About the same?
Depending when I leave, yeah. That's all right. It's all straight lines,
Yeah, it's a nice drive back as well. It's
Yeah.
not like a shit drive. As soon as you pass Marion, it's actually easy.
Exactly. And you just chuck a podcast on and...
It's over.
Yeah. The worst is when I have shitloads of drawing to do when I get home. And it's like, fuck, I'm sitting in this car. That's 45 minutes I could have been drawing,
Do you draw on iPad?
Yeah.
No physical really anymore?
Not anymore. I need to. I was chatting to someone the other day, and he does everything, charcoal on paper, and I just thought, fuck, I miss that,
You got to draw me an original Randy.
Yeah.
But like a very serious
I went to a dress-up party as Randy once.
Really?
Yeah, I went to the op shop and found a fucking button-up shirt, exact same colour, and then I texted in all the lines, like the drawing lines on it.
If you could drink with any cartoon character ever, who would it
Randy.
be? It would be Randy.
It'd be Randy. It'd be Randy or like
You smoke crack with him dressed as a witch.
it'd be like maybe Bob from Bob's Burgers.
I've never watched Bob's Burgers.
Oh, really?
No.
I fucking love it.
Everyone that watches it loves it.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, that's a good one. So yeah, Randy or Bob.
Family Guy's never talked about. That might be one of the best.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
I don't know. I think they're even still going. I don't know if they're still going or not. It wouldn't be the
I'd say
same,
so.
I imagine, if it is.
Yeah, I don't know, like, because I think that's where all those cartoons come into what I do, is like, that's just what I was growing up on, you know, like adult cartoons.
Adult cartoons is just it's when people don't like South Park, I get offended.
Yeah, that's it. Like when South Park came, I would have been 9 or 10, and it was like you'd have to convince your dad to let you stay up to watch it.
On Comedy Central or whatever it was on.
Well, it used to be on SBS.
SBS.
Yeah.
I remember when the South Park movie came out,
Yeah.
I convinced my parents that it was a cartoon to let me watch it, and they rented me the VHS of it
Yeah.
from Blockbuster.
Yeah.
And I was like 9 or 10.
Because cartoons were
And that-
cartoons. They were kids.
That
They were for
fucking
kids.
that like ruined my childhood.
Yeah.
I didn't understand anything he was talking about.
I remember back then it was like everyone wore the t-shirts as well, with like fucking like the fucking Stan throwing up on his missus and shit, like Cartman with like "screw you guys" written on it. They were massive back then.
Oh, I just remember in the South Park movie when I was younger, it was like they were talking about the clitoris, and at
Yeah.
the end of it there was like this big clitoris, and I was like, what is that? I don't know what it is. I have no idea what that is.
Yeah.
Took me like 6 more years to find out.
You still don't know what it
I
is.
still don't know where it is.
Fuck it.
But it's so weird when people just, I don't know, maybe it's just because I have like a very, like, obviously that kind of sense of humour is funny to me, but when people don't like things like South Park, I'm like, what's the fucking wrong with you?
It was like I had a client the other day that we were talking about aliens.
Oh, don't get me started.
And yeah, like I'm fucking, for a long time I've been big on that shit.
I am obsessed.
And I just asked her, and I'm like, so do you believe in aliens? And she's just like, no.
Are you fucking retarded?
Yeah.
Like, are you fucking retarded?
And I wasn't expecting it. I just was quiet. I'm just like, it threw me. I'm just, in my head, I just assumed that everyone believed in aliens. She was like, no.
I remember when, was it a year ago when the Congress had to have those meetings about aliens?
Yeah.
I was like, I remember walking into the shop and my mum was there, and I was like walking in and I stormed in and I was pacing and I was like, it's going to happen. And she's like, what? And I was like, fucking aliens. You think COVID and shit was wild? Like, you fucking this and that and this and command a favour and fucking this and that. And she's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Well, that's because I was talking to people about it and I was pumped. I was excited, and they're just like, okay. And I'm like, there's a congressional hearing about fucking aliens and footage and congressional hearing, and they're just like, what? Like, okay, cool. And I'm like, no, that's the fucking government admitting that aliens
You don't
exist.
understand.
Like,
You don't understand.
The significance of it is the government saying that they exist. They're having a hearing about it.
That's
Fuck.
going to be part of my tattoo.
Yeah.
I gave him like a rough idea. I was like, I messaged him. I was like, I think I said I want a chimp or an ape eating a mushroom.
I've got one of them on my leg.
I want him eating a mushroom, and then I want his head fucking like kind of exploding, and then I want just like this, like aliens, and fucking I want a Joe Rogan picture.
Yeah.
And this and that, because nothing excites me more than alien shit.
Yeah.
Nothing will ever excite me more than aliens, ever. And if you don't believe in them, to me, I get so upset. Yeah. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I get, because it was how fucking lonely if there's no alien. They might not be aliens. They might be like interdimensional fucking travelers or time travelers, whatever.
Yeah.
But like, There's so much evidence.
It's so fascinating. I hope we find out something
Before we die. Oh, dude, did you go balls deep in that Bob Lazar documentary?
Yeah, like that's
I went crazy about it.
Before all that, I knew about Bob Lazar. Like,
well, his episode with Joe Rogan is one of the most fascinating episodes he's ever done.
Yeah.
To me, anyway.
That was fucking brilliant. Like, I was here's one that's someone did a painting. There's this guy Mike Dorsey did a painting of this dude. He's a full Japanese style, but he does like kind of pop culture or stories. We do a massive Japanese painting about it. And
what's his name? Sorry,
Mike Dorsey. He's, I don't know where he is, maybe the States, but he did this painting of this guy. This not particularly about aliens, but there's this guy. It's called the Coral Castle. Have you heard of the Coral Castle?
No.
Here's one for you.
Oh no.
He had this missus back in the day. This was like, he was born late 1800s, and he had this missus, and they were going to be married, and she basically left him at the altar type deal, and he built her a castle. So this was in Florida, I think, and he built her a castle out of stone, and he quarried 3 million tons of stone himself, and he built this castle. Some of the blocks were, I think, 30 tons, up to 30 tons, but like an average of 15 tons, and he did it with like 3 sticks and pulleys. So like, like tripod sticks and pulleys, and he had a black box up the top of his 3 sticks that with the pulleys, and so this cunt was moving 30-ton stones with 3 sticks and a pulley and a black box.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and it took him like 26 years to complete, but it's this, you can look it up, it's like this beautiful kind of castle thing, massive bricks, like, if you look at the pyramids, like the weight of the pyramid blocks compared to these, like himself in the dark of night, he only worked at night, and with this little black box that he had, fucking moved all these fucking 30-ton stones, well, average 15-ton stones into place, to build this castle for his missus. And
did you fucking get back with him?
No, she never saw it.
Piece of shit.
Yeah. look at us break up with someone who fucking go around with flowers.
He built her a fucking castle.
And yeah, he called her his Sweet 16. And I found out that Billy Idol had this song Sweet 16, and it was written about this dude.
No shit.
Yeah.
When was this?
When the dude built it. That was, I think he died in like 1950, something like that.
So this was...
So it was kind of early 19s.
We was talking about it with my last guest, Manners. I'd love to go back and fucking see the Egyptians do their thing, eh?
Yeah. I got this like kind of thing, like the whole life after death type shit. I don't really have an opinion on it, but I would really hope that when you die, you get all the answers. It's like you're dead and you're somewhere and you've got like YouTube in front of you.
And it just gives you the story.
It's like, is Bigfoot real? And fucking Google it. And it tells you the answer.
Just unlocks everything.
Yeah. You have every answer to everything. That'd be cool.
That would be fucking cool. Yeah, it's, the aliens thing though, I really hope we see like the biggest I think UFO sighting, or the most like with the most people at the same time, was in Australia.
The school in Melbourne.
It was like fucking 50 or 100 people saw the exact same thing.
It was a school in Melbourne, and
was it rural?
Yeah,
I believe it was.
I can't remember where in Melbourne.
But yeah, it was like a UFO, whatever, came down, hovered like pretty close to the floor, and every single person saw the exact same thing.
Yeah. Some kids went towards it, some kids ran the other way. Like,
how could? Oh fuck!
And they're all still alive too.
I've never seen anything personally.
You haven't?
No.
I've seen some odd shit.
I think it would happen in if it did happen, I think it happens in rural areas more than anything. So you'd probably have a better shot than me because I've always lived in Morphettvale.
Yeah, like we encompass the lights of like the sky is so clear.
Yeah, here it's fucked.
I've seen, little lights kind of flying one way and then they'll dart the other way, But you always try and, I'm all for it all, but I always try and convince myself that it's just, there's an explanation.
If that Commander Fravor shit doesn't, explain it, he's not a normal person. He's a fucking elite level IQ fighter pilot jet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like an elite level pilot for the army.
Yeah.
He has no insanity in him at all. He is the most stable motherfucker you'll ever meet.
And he's not like the dude that was fucking, his whole life was into it.
No.
He's just like...
He's like, I've seen this shit.
Yeah.
I had to chase it.
But it's funny, the tinfoil hat dudes, they're the ones that now are being proven right, everyone called them crackpots for so many years.
It's the same thing about Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
It's I remember watching... I don't watch it anymore, but I used to dip my toes into Alex Jones every now and then.
Yeah.
And he was talking about Jeffrey Epstein fucking 6 years before it happened.
Yeah.
And everyone would think he has fucking ridiculous ideas with other things, but he was talking about Epstein, there's this island the elites go to and they fuck kids and it's all blackmail and this and that, and you're like, oh, that sounds crazy.
Yeah.
But then it comes out and it's like, oh, it's not crazy, and then P. Diddy and then fucking Bill you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's fucking wild.
It's full, I know. And that's just shit. We just don't know. We don't know what's going on.
We live in such a different world.
Yeah.
We live in such a different world to the rest of that population.
I was talking to my missus the other day about billionaires, and I'm just like $1 billion, was it a million seconds is 7 days or something, and 1 billion seconds is 30 years.
It's insane.
I could be wrong by a couple numbers,
the difference in 1 billion to 1 million is unfathomable.
And I'm like, they have money for anything. There would be
anything
lists that they get to choose from that no one else knows about.
They could buy me.
Yeah.
If they were like, I want this little Greek cunt from Adelaide.
Yeah.
I'd be on a plane in 23 seconds.
But that's what I was like. I was like, there could be a list that they have that is they've got Mozart's fingers that they can shave for parmesan to put on their pasta. There's just shit that they can buy that we couldn't even think of.
What do you do when you're fucking, and it's not even Elon Musk and stuff. They have 130 fucking of those billions. It's what are the Arabs in the UAE do? Those ones that are legit trillionaires that don't have to disclose their wealth. There's
Abu Dhabi and shit.
There's people in Abu Dhabi and that. They do not have to disclose their wealth because they're that fucking generationally wealthy. I actually heard a story. So I know this family, and their son is a very, 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 very successful producer. He's produced insanely successful songs. He lives worldwide now, but he's moved to Dubai because the tax laws.
Okay.
So a lot of people now who have exorbitant wealth move to Dubai now.
Yeah.
Because the tax laws are excellent over there, and it's a central hub. So if you travel a lot, you just base yourself in Dubai, and then you fuck off.
Yeah.
I've heard over there, because drinking and drugs and hookers and sex is very shun. It's not fucking in the Muslim culture. It's not this and that, and to do it on holy land, which is Dubai, it's not ideal. They will literally be at a party. They will get in a private jet quickly, go up, and then they'll do everything. And then they'll fly back down. So it's let's go in the jet. Right. So it's let's go, because once we're in the air, we're not on the land.
Going to murder someone in foreign waters.
It's they go up, they do coke, they fuck hookers, they drink, and then they come back down.
Yeah.
And it's that's not that, because they all have jets. They all have billions of dollars. Whatever. If I had $1 billion, I wouldn't be drinking in a shed in Morphettvale. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'd be on a jet.
Yeah.
But it's just where does it end? Do they just kill people for fun? Do they just?
Well, that's it.
Where does it? Any urge you have when you're that rich, you can satisfy.
Yeah.
Any.
Yeah. It's you pay for something for $300 million and you're still a billionaire.
Any dark, disgusting fantasy or whatever ticks your brain, Like, there's a sheik in Abu Dhabi right now. He wants to buy all of the boxing promotions
Yeah.
so he can make it more like the UFC. Are you familiar with fighting?
A little bit. No,
So
yeah.
the UFC is like just one organisation.
Yeah.
Generally, all the best fighters fight there. Boxing has like 6 organisations, and it's very hard to get the best fighters to fight.
Yeah.
This dude wants to buy all of them for like $5 billion, and he wants to just put them all together.
Yeah.
But things like that, it's like because he loves boxing, so he's like, I'll just buy them all.
Yeah.
And I'll make them fight for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like what they're doing with soccer now in Dubai. Like they've started their own league and they're buying like Cristiano Ronaldo and all of these people, and they're like, play for us.
It's, just the highest bidder. Yeah.
Just play for us.
Yeah.
Like when you got that much money, but then it's like you obviously get twisted people.
Yeah.
When you're born with billions of dollars, it would be so bad for your brain.
There's no humbling there. There's no like
Nothing.
Yeah. That's all you know.
It's like, mummy, I want to kill that cunt.
Yeah.
Oh, let's snatch him up.
No, don't do that. No, I want to do it. You know?
I'd have to like yell at my mum to get me a Pepsi when I was a kid.
Yeah.
These dudes, no,
I want to watch South Park.
But
Yeah, dude. Like, they'll buy Trey Parker and Matt Stone. Like, fuck. No, they wouldn't, I don't think.
Pardon?
Like, if they want to buy Trey Parker and Matt Stone, I don't think they could.
I think I'm fucking for sale. I don't know. I got a number.
I reckon those dudes would be like, nah, fuck off. And then they'll make an episode about it.
I think comfortable rich would be like you own $1 million house outright, maybe an investment property, and you never have to check the menu of you never have to look for the prices on a food menu.
Yeah. I'd be down for that.
That's good rich.
Yeah.
Like maybe like 350 to 400,000 a year.
Yeah.
That's good rich.
I'm easy with that.
You still be normal.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I think anything past that,
Yeah.
you start not being normal.
Yeah.
No one that's worth millions is normal. They wouldn't be. You wouldn't trust people.
No, well, that's it.
I wouldn't trust people.
You're fucking, I'll be coming back to you. I'll be like, remember when I did your podcast?
Yeah.
Can I have $1 million?
That's one thing that shits me. It's like, if I messaged Elon Musk and I was like, can I have like 200 grand?
Yeah.
He wouldn't do it. Like, why not? Why not? Why wouldn't you give me 200 grand? Why, give me $200,000.
Because it's like if I gave everyone who wanted $200,000, everyone who asked me.
Yeah, but fuck them. Give me $200,000.
That's what every one of those people that asked him says. That's the thing. Like, what do you do with that money?
Just go to space.
Well, that's it. You go to space, or you go to see the Titanic in a box.
Well, I'm not very like humanitarian. I'm not going to help fucking everyone. Like,
Yeah.
But I guess when you get to a certain point, you kind of want to, because maybe that's the good in you, where you're like, oh, I want to be a bit of a humanitarian.
I don't know. Like, I feel like they would just sit back and go like, oh no, we'll let these people that earn $100,000 a year look after.
The other thing is
They're the ones that are humanitarians, the people like us, really.
the other thing is like these people know that the amount of people in the world at the moment is not sustainable.
Yeah.
Like, our population is way too much for how it is. So they do need to find ways to fucking decrease the population and this, and that. And these are conversations that we would never understand, because that's the conversations that these people have.
Yeah. Chuck them in the Australian outback.
Chuck them in the outback. Do COVID.
Like,
do this.
Like the Indian population, people like that. Chuck them in the Australian outback. Like they survive in that heat and that weather, like
fuck.
Because that's unfucking inhabitable, really.
Do you listen to Shane Gillis's podcast? No. Oh my god, it's probably the best podcast in the world at the moment. Yeah, right. His podcast is so funny. But he did an episode my friend sent me on the Comanches and like Native Americans.
Yeah,
the way he does it is hilarious because he's a comedian, but they were so fucking wild.
Yeah.
Like, people think Native Americans were all like lovey-dovey before Columbus came to America. Yeah. They were fucking each other up.
Just savages.
Oh my God, it was wild. Yeah. The Comanches especially, they would like roll in on a village, they would stalk you, Like, they would let you know they're there, but they'd stalk you for like a week or two, and then they would just rape and murder everyone.
Yeah.
And then they would take in all the kids because they had a dying population, and they would make them Comanche.
Yeah.
But like, say you were a prisoner, and they would haze you for like weeks. Like, they would cut your toenails off, just bite you.
Yeah.
Get a woman to just beat the fuck out of you while you couldn't do anything.
Yeah, right.
And if you fought back and beat the fuck, like, say you just snapped one day and beat the fuck out of a Comanche, they're like, oh, you're one of our boys now.
Yeah, right.
Like, you're one of us now. No one touch him.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Yeah, it was wild back then.
It's fucking crazy, like, just how the world is, how the world was, you know? Like,
If you could go back or forward to back into any time period, where would you go?
oh, I told you that on fucking TikTok.
Did you?
I'd go to 1975 and watch Bob Dylan do his Rolling Thunder tour.
Really? Out of everything?
Out of everything. You go see Bob Dylan in concert.
I want to go see Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I'm a big Bob Dylan fan.
want to go to Woodstock.
Yeah, that'd be sick. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think
If you
I'll
could
follow it
see,
up
if
with-
you could see one person live, who would it be? Dead or alive? Would it be Bob Dylan?
Probably.
Really?
If I was a billionaire, I'd fucking buy Bob.
You buy Bob and just have him in a cage.
Just for a fucking an intimate evening where he plays me songs.
Fuck, I'd have to. Out of respect, I'd have to see Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a perfect example of separate the art from the artist, because even though he done some stuff, I'd still want to see him.
Yeah. I like Michael. It's weird, like, you can't really go around saying you like Michael Jackson nowadays.
No, you can do that. I think he's too famous to not, like, everyone accepted it.
Dude was a fucking brilliant. Same with, like, Prince. Prince is fucking brilliant too.
Prince is good. Nirvana would be great live.
Yeah. Yeah, something like Woodstock would have been, you know, that's just one of those.
Apparently, it was pretty dark.
Woodstock.
Yeah. Apparently, like, it was actually pretty dark what went on there.
People getting trampled and shit like that.
Like, raped and, like, just because of the drug usage, and there was no water and there was shit all over the floor. And apparently, it was pretty fucking. It wasn't as.
Which Woodstock?
I'm not sure.
The 1969
Because they
one.
tried to redo it, didn't they?
They did the 1969 one, the original one, and then they did like 90. They did 94 and 99.
Yeah, I don't think those ones were too fucking crash hot either.
There was a doc on Netflix about 99.
Was that the one Limp Bizkit? Fucking,
Yeah. It was where it was like Korn and all that.
Everyone lost their fucking minds when Limp Bizkit started.
Yeah. Fucking, yeah. Like, that was bad. The doco on Nettie was sick. And, like, all the drinking water was shit.
Maybe,
Like,
I don't know
they
if
tested it and it was shit.
I remember seeing a video of Santana, and I'm pretty sure it was at Woodstock, of him, because he got on way too much acid before he started playing.
Yeah.
And there's this awesome story of, like, Santana who's like, I'm going on Woodstock and we dropped too much acid. And I had to go out and perform in front of, like, all these tens of thousands of people. And he did his best performance ever. And he was like, it was like I was holding my guitar, but my guitar was like a snake. Like, it wouldn't fucking stay still. And I just kept chasing this fucking snake, and he was just playing, and you could see him, like, looking at this fucking guitar, and he's like just trying his hardest to hold on.
Those photos of people Photoshop slugs, and it's like guitar players, and they get rid of the guitars and put a slug there instead.
No.
There's all these celebrities, like musicians, that are just playing, but they're holding a slug.
Oh,
It's fucking, you gotta look it up. It's classic.
You're obviously pretty heavily into hip hop. Do you fuck with any other kind of music?
Yeah.
Because I've gone off. I obviously was, like, loved hip hop when I was younger, but it's not my music anymore.
Yeah. I've got a pretty eclectic kind of music taste. Like, I was fortunate. My parents were really into music, like, not playing or anything, but just
Music heads.
Just music heads.
So you would have grown up around, like, fucking Led Zeppelin and
all of that. Yeah, like, I still remember the first time I heard Led Zeppelin when I was a kid.
I got drunk the other day, and I came home and I just kept drinking. I was just putting on music, and I just put on Stairway to Heaven, and I just melted in my fucking chair. I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
They just don't make that anymore.
Yeah, like Pink Floyd and shit like that.
Just
like
don't
Hendrix
make it anymore.
But yeah, like Bob Dylan's like my number one. Like,
I've never sat down and listened to Bob.
That dude, there could be anyone say they don't like Bob Dylan, and there'll be a song that he does that they'll fucking love. You know, like his catalog's just phenomenal. Like, and his inspiration just on music. You know, like just look at anyone nowadays. Bob's in there somewhere. You know,
I'm really into. Actually, I could probably play it. I probably will. I reckon I can play it. I don't think he'll copyright strike me. There's a song at the moment. I found this bloke from Victoria. His name's Slim Krusty.
Slim Krusty.
Have you heard of him?
Yeah, Slim Krusty.
Oh, I'd
love to share a bag with Duncan.
He looks exactly how you think he's gonna look. But he is so talented, but he just makes songs about getting really fucked up. Yeah. But he's also I really appreciate anyone that's fucking excellent at the guitar.
Yeah.
Or any instrument, but mostly the guitar, because the guitar holds like a special place in my fucking heart.
That's what I'm like with like my partner's a really big Post Malone fan.
He's excellent.
And I fucking love that dude.
We were talking on the last podcast about manners. He was saying, do you think Post Malone used rap to break into music, or like, because he's not really a rapper? And I was like, I think he's just a fucking insanely talented musician. Yeah. His voice is so good. Like, he's so you can hear the fucking I'd fall apart. Like, you can see him, he wants to fucking kill himself when he sings that song. And it's just really good.
Yeah. I've seen him 3 times live and fucking brilliant.
You've seen him live?
Yeah.
In Adelaide?
He played in Adelaide 2019, and then he did a tour with Chili Peppers. So
really?
I went and saw that twice, because we were in Melbourne and I only went to the one, and he didn't sell out. Well, they didn't sell out the second one, so I jumped online and tickets were like $80 for Chili Peppers and Posty. And then I made a fake wristband. Well, because we were back seats in the grandstand.
Oh, that was last year.
Yeah.
I was at
they had fights on then.
I was at the fight show at Hex that weekend, and I was like, oh my god, I should go, because they were cheap.
My dude, you know Jamie
Arison?
Yeah.
He gets tattooed by you.
He gets all the fun shit.
Yeah, he was fuck, no shit.
He was telling me about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna pause it. I just really need to take a piss.
Oh, you're alright.
One sec.
Rotation album for the next couple of weeks.
This here. So we were just talking about the excellence of Post Malone, and I thought, oh my god, this bloke hasn't seen Slim Krusty. So I'll put on some Slim Krusty. I'll put on Messy Pinkman.
Consider this your sign to stock up on signage, because Vistaprint has every.
Oh, that's where you get flagged.
So
that's where I'll get flagged right there.
Punching cones in the dead of night.
Fuck.
Packed a fucking fat one now on side. Fuck yeah, right. What an excellent fucking cone and an even more splendid night. Fuck yeah, right. Let's get a bag and go to Revs. Racked a couple few, now I've got the sweats. Fuck yeah, Revs. I've only been there like a couple of times. Those couple of times are off their heads.
A couple of times are off their heads.
He's actually a very, very talented musician.
I don't know what Paul McCartney would say about that.
No, he is. He's very talented.
No, that's sick. Yeah.
Oi, cunt, what's in the bag? Little bit of this and a little bit of rap. Oh yeah, nah, true, can I get a gram? Put that 350 in my fucking hand. You
can't.
Well, don't you think that's a bit unfair? Well, yeah. Nah, it could be fucking coke, and it could be fucking cheddar. But if I didn't know a bit better, I'd say you're trying it off your fucking head, bruh. So take a dip into the mystery bag, have a big old sniff of the mystery rack. It could be coke, could be cat, could be heads, and it could be death. I'm on the ground,
He's a loose unit. He is a loose unit.
Imagine his gigs. Like, imagine his fans.
I've been trying to get him on for so long.
Yeah.
He's so hard to get a hold of. But he's like...
He's probably busy.
He's legitimately a talented musician.
Yeah.
Like, this is a normal song of his. It's more normal.
Normal song.
Like, his guitar work's phenomenal. He's excellent at the guitar.
Yeah, that's got Bob Dylan in it, that guitar.
Parked on a side street outside my house. It's getting late, it's getting dark. One more drive before we part. I look you in the eyes.
And that's him as well.
Times.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you that I love you one more time. I know
Okay,
you
yeah.
can't say it too, and
He
that's
is so talented,
fine.
man.
He's just does what he wants to do.
Yeah. You said, but take we go apart. I don't know if you waited there, but I wish your car didn't fucking start. Say what you want to me, cause I don't give a fuck. You see, without you, I'm no one except my dearest friend. Misery, I'm out in love, alone with no one. And so the signs, the beating, starting the car, shot in my head when no.
Yeah,
He's fucking good. I appreciate anyone. I appreciate...
What song was that?
That's called Old Friend. But he also has one about... Where is his album? Here we go. Slim Krusty. He has a song that I think you will really appreciate.
I'm writing down that one.
Old Friend by Slim
Yeah.
Krusty.
But yeah, like him doing those other tracks, that's just fucking him doing what he wants to do. You
But-
know?
I want my ciggies off. Homies wear my
Wait.
fucking data. And my data. I want my ciggies under 50 fucking bucks. I want my ciggies. I want my fucking darts. I want my fucking ciggies under 50 fucking bucks. Well, Bucky bombs out the fuel on my lungs. And I really wish Brian was married to me mum. Don't you scab my fucking darts. Well, fuck off, dog cunt. Go get fucked. $75 for a 40-gram pouch of Champion Ruby. Are you fucking sick in the head, cunt? Oh, nice ciggies. Oh, my.
He is phenomenal, though.
Slim Krusty.
Slim Krusty, the fucking boy. Shout out to Slim Krusty.
Yeah,
if you
shout out
come
Slim.
here, I swear to God, I haven't done a nang in a while, but I'll do one for you.
Fuck yeah.
It's been a hot minute.
Makes me want to have a backy bong.
I haven't had a backy bong ever, I don't reckon.
No, the only time you ever had a backy bong was when your mate packed you a bong.
Oh, I haven't. Do you dabble in the dark arts of marijuana?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Nah. I've rarely. I used to smoke a bit and just stopped. I just got sick of it.
Yeah, I was sick. I used to be. It turned from being fun to being anxiety-inducing for me.
I literally just got over it and stopped, and didn't think anything of it. Like I didn't think, like I didn't have withdrawals or anything. Like people like I couldn't dream of quitting smoking weed. I just stopped.
I know people say weed's not bad for you, but I know some people.
It fucks with them.
I know some people that it deeply, deeply fucks with.
Yeah.
Like they can't wake up without having a cone.
Oh yeah, I had mates that would wake up in the middle of the night, have a cone, and go back to bed.
Have to, and they can't eat without it.
Yeah.
They can't, and they're fucking just so spacey all the time.
Nah, it never fucked with me like that. I got sick of I deleted all the dealers out of my phone. Like I just got sick of chasing it. I got sick of chopping. Like I'd have clients give me some every now and then, and I'd just tuck it away. And then one night I'd be like, I'm gonna roll a doobie, and then I'm in bed 3 hours later, and I'm like, oh fuck, I was gonna roll a doobie, and I just didn't. It's just still sitting there. So
Every now and then, if there's a show that I think will be enhanced, like if I'm going to delve deep into like a fucking hectic show or something, I might dabble in like a little cone or something every now and then. But
yeah.
people that smoke every day, I just fucking can't do it.
Yeah, and that's what I was like, And then I started tattooing, and then I said, nah, I've got to...
It'd ruin the art. It would ruin your efficiency.
Yeah, I couldn't tattoo stone.
For the creative process, though, it might for some people, But for me personally, it doesn't make me. It just makes me fucking hungry and anxious.
Yeah, no, I mean that's it. Like each their own. If it works for you, if it makes you happy, fucking go your hardest.
In saying that, it is fun. Sometimes before a podcast or during a podcast, we'll light up a joint.
Yeah,
and it leads to like interesting conversation.
Yeah, no, 100%.
But that's once every now and then.
Yeah, yeah.
I got a prescription for a laugh because I was like amazed that you could do that in Australia. So I just did it, and then I got it sent to my house, and I was like, that's so peculiar to me.
Yeah,
like I got a card that says I'm a medical marijuana patient in Australia, which is just the weirdest thing ever.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's like, I don't know, weed's a weird one. It's like that whole outlaw of hemp, because it's connected to weed, like using hemp. And I don't know if it was like George Washington or someone like that used to grow hemp fields, and then they did all the laws to get rid of weed, and all that went with it. But hemp is like, I think it's like 2,000 different textiles you can make from hemp.
Yeah, they used to make fucking paper out of it.
And it grows quick. Like, it's not like growing trees in a forest. It grows fucking 3 months instead of fucking 30 years. Because it's connected to weed.
Or a lot of
they can make house bricks out of it. They can make fucking everything.
A lot of historic paintings and shit are made on hemp.
Yeah.
All of it's made on hemp because they used to make paper out of it.
Yeah.
And it's real durable and tough.
But it's one of those things like plastics.
Well, it's just the marijuana industry got dicked because like industrial industries wanted to make money. At the end of the day, that's what it was.
It's like anything. It's like petrol industries and electronic cars.
But then you get things like the cigarette industry now that they've overpriced cigarettes so much in Australia now that there's tobacco wars with bikies again. Now there's massive wars again with bikies. That wasn't a thing. Like it's moving to Adelaide as well.
Yeah.
Like there's every second shop you go to now is a bootleg fucking cigarette shop or vape shop now.
Yeah, they're just like, oh yeah, pouch of tobacco is $20. Don't know what it is, but
tastes like fucking. I bought a pack of shit ciggies and they just make you like they're not good for you. I don't know what the fuck is in those things. But you're better off paying the extra fucking $25.
Yeah.
You're going to die anyway, but fuck, those things are terrible.
I had some chop that I got off someone years ago now, but it was like fucking some Russian fucking come in a glad bag, and it was just horrible. But it was, like $20 for a kilo.
Yeah.
It was just like, well, give that a go. And but like selling, if you get caught selling tobacco,
you're fucked.
You're
better off doing meth.
Off selling weed, selling meth.
Yeah.
Because of how they tax it, they're just like, you're selling something that we can tax.
It's insane. Like when you go to, I went to Japan, and when you go to Europe and stuff, everyone's just because it smokes for $4 a packet still over there, and alcohol's like people abuse it less because it's so cheap.
Yeah.
Like if alcohol was like a quarter of the price in Australia, we would have a big problem. It would be wild. I guess so. I don't know.
It's
what
just
it is.
Great. From when we were kids to now,
I used to buy a pack of smokes when I was like 16, 17, and I used to buy a pack for like $15.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fuck all.
And then my parents used to buy a pack for fucking $2.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to get the dude that was a manager of Macca's used to go across the road to the servo, and he'd buy a pack for me, and then I'd go to school and sell them. Like fucking $2 a dart. You just like
that's how much they cost now.
Get all this money, like.
I think my smokes are like $42.
Yeah, like I can't do Taylor's.
I used to roll when I was an apprentice.
It's just I just don't like them, compared to rolling.
I'm the opposite. Just nothing hits better than a tailor-made, delicious cigarette when you're having a beer.
Oh, that smooth, rich choice tobacco.
But I got the vape just in case my cigarette's fancy. It's so bad. Nicotine's so bad, bro.
Yeah, that's the one thing. Like I just went a month without piss. So my missus and I had May off of drinking, and we did it last year as well. And I think fucking everyone should do it.
I don't drink. I'll never drink during the week.
Yeah.
I won't drink every weekend, but when I do drink, I like to drink, you know? When I drink, it's for a purpose. I don't drink because I like the taste of alcohol.
Yeah.
When I drink, it's because I want to get obscenely fucked up with mates. You know what I mean? Like, because that's what we enjoy doing. We're still like children.
Yeah.
But I would never pick up a beer and just have 5 beers at home.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
But
right.
I'm not really a solo drinker, but as soon as you get 2 mates around me, I want to drink a carton of beer and piss myself.
Yeah.
Because that's what I like to do. Not the piss myself part, but I like to just get loose.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's a massive thing in this part of Adelaide.
Yeah.
In general.
I mean, just drinking in general, like having that month off last year when I did it, that was the first time I hadn't drank for that long since I was 16.
You feel good?
You know? I felt good. Last year I felt really good. Like my whole brain chemistry changed. Like
I got a hangover for the first time recently.
Fucking, that's hard, isn't it?
Oh my god!
I never got them.
Oh my god! I got a hangover.
I'm at that age where they're coming in.
I got as soon as I turned 30, I got a hangover, and I was like, I don't want to leave bed.
It takes 2 days.
I don't want to leave bed.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
Like never again. I don't want to see anyone.
I never had that. And then recently it's just like, yeah, this sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. But
it's funny as though I feel like I've been to a lot of parts of the world and I still think no one gets looser than this part of Australia.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong.
Like this part, not even of Australia, this part of South Australia.
Yeah.
Like the South, the Fluorio.
Yeah.
We have the ability to push our bodies to exceptional lengths to get fucking loose.
Pretty much.
Like, I've been to Tomorrowland, I've been to all these music festivals, and at Tomorrowland there's this hill called Aussie Hill where just at the main stage all the Australians are, and it's like a meeting point. I went by myself, so you go to Aussie Hill, you feel more comfortable, there's Aussies there, everyone's getting loose. The other countries would just be like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you go to you get an Aussie, you take them to a part in Europe, you give them $4 beers and cheap drugs, and they are going fucking insane.
Yeah.
And it's just 3-4 days, just insane. And the other countries would be like, what the fuck?
Aussies are fucking, like, dude, I was when I had some breakfast just at the Hungry Jack's just before. I was sitting in the car park and I saw this old bloke pushing a pram. Right, this bloke with this big beard, and I'm just like, every time I see a guy pushing a pram, in my head I just go, that's not his kid. Just like some funny thing in my head, it's just like, bloke pushing a pram, that's not his kid, he's stolen a kid, you know. And he gets closer, and I realise he's pushing this pram, had 6 long necks.
Had beers in it.
A little baby pram with 6 long necks in it. I was shitting myself.
Long necks are the devil, man.
Fucking so funny.
I will never forget the night I got introduced to a Cooper Sparkling Ale long neck.
Yeah.
I was like 18. I was like chefing and the chefs were like, "Oh, we're gonna go out after," but it was hell late because we finished late. And they were like, "Just smash couple of these long necks and you'll be fine." And I'm a very quick drinker. I just don't like shit to get warm, so I just drink shit quick naturally. I smashed 2 long necks in like 10 minutes. And it felt like I did 6 pingers. I was just fucked.
Sparkling, that's like a 3-course meal.
Sparkling ale is the fucking pits of hell.
I remember
you saw someone walk through a wall. You saw a ghost.
I remember the first time I had sparkling, we were at the Coorong. I would have been 16 or something. We were at the Coorong. So like where Dad's is, we just got Coorong trips, like in his boat, and with me and my brother and his mate, they had a carton of sparkling, and they're like, "Oh, let's give this kid some." And then we had to take the speedboat somewhere, and I was the only person with their boat license, so I had to drive. And I'd never really driven boats, but I had my boat license, so I'm fucking just fanging it like in this speedboat. And I hit a sandbar, so it's just like this fucking big mound underwater. And fucking just stopped the boat completely. Almost like we almost went over. It was just like, fucking hell, I should not be driving. Like,
Yeah, right. Fuck,
At 16, I would have had 3 or 4.
do you know what though? It's so fun. Like, I don't know if other countries are like that, but underage drinking was huge in where we're from, when like house parties and when you're 14, 15.
Yeah.
I had some of still the best nights of my life.
Yeah.
Drinking a carton with my friends, trekking around the south.
Yeah.
Just trekking.
Yeah. Yeah, you just had to.
Just trekking everywhere.
Yeah.
Seaford wasn't even a suburb yet. It's like Seaford, when I was trekking around, was just Seaford. There wasn't a Seaford, Briars, Meadows, Heights.
Yeah.
Like, you just trek through these fields and paddocks and paddocks. And I remember one night we got so fucked up. We were playing Kings, and we all had a sack of goon each.
Yeah.
And we were playing Kings at my mate's house. He lives opposite Shuey's in Old Noongar, on the hill. And one of the rules was you couldn't stand up, or you had to drink.
Yeah.
So I needed to piss. So I was like crawling outside on my knees. One of my mates like following me, and I'm taking a piss, and my mate's down the hill, and he's right next to me, and I've started pissing, and he's just started violently vomiting, and my piss is like trickled down, and it's slowly going all over him, and that's making him vomit more. So that made me vomit.
Yeah.
So I'm vomiting. And then we were like, fuck it, there's a party on in Cliff Ave in Seaford.
Yeah.
So we've walked from Old Noongar to Seaford
Yeah.
with fucking cartons of beers, like just the funniest shit. And it's like, fuck, kids don't really do that anymore. Like, they're just doing... That's better than staying on social media in your room.
Oh, those fucking memories,
I
man.
would prefer... If I had a child, I would prefer my kid do that
Yeah.
and not tell me and try and sneak it than go on social media and browse Instagram for 7 hours.
Yeah. Fucking straight up. Like, because living in Victor, we had schoolies down there.
Whoa, that would have been
So that was like, I think I was
November,
16 the first time I went to schoolies.
Yeah, it was always around my birthday,
Yeah.
November 18th, 17th.
Every year, like, that's what we did, you know, from early ages. And back then it was packed. It was like...
I don't think it's the same anymore.
Nah, they did... now they've got fences and shit, you need passes. Back then it was just like between the Crown and the subway was just wall-to-wall people. Like anyone and everyone. And now I worked at the tattoo shop a couple years ago for schoolies, and it was just piss poor.
Or you just went there for a laugh?
No, yeah, they hit me up because they always flat out. So they wanted extra tattoos, so I tattooed down there. And it was... There was still piss cunts, but not like it used to be.
I don't think kids get as... I don't know. I went...
Nah, they don't.
They don't go as crazy, I
Nah.
feel.
There's a few, but not like it used to be.
Which
I
is
don't
not
think.
bad. I guess health and fitness and shit's big now, but
Yeah.
I feel like just when you're 18, just use it. Just stop being so focused on becoming a fucking millionaire.
But
you know?
that's it, like all those house parties and shit.
They're
like,
over.
You kind of think, like, oh, imagine growing up without that.
I really wanted to do a YouTube video of an old school house party.
Yeah.
Like, I just wanted to have... ideally, I'd love to get funding from sponsors to open up the Vic for one more night.
Yeah, right.
Just one more night. But
It wouldn't be the same.
it wouldn't... Like, it's just different. There was nothing like a house party in the early 2000s.
Even, house parties, if you... All that... I don't know what it is like now, you know?
I don't think they do that now.
No.
Everyone hires out warehouses and charges entry fee.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's all changed.
But I do appreciate... I will cut it off now because we've been rolling and it is a school night.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you coming on. We will run it back.
Yeah.
We'll run it back. And I will get... Maybe I'll even bring my equipment in and we'll do a podcast while I'm getting tattooed.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be fun.
That would be fun.
Yeah. I'll be down.
Easy,
Oh,
bro.
thank you.
Thanks, Glenn.
I appreciate it.
Glenn the window cleaner.
Clean the
Ladies
window
and gentlemen.
cleaner. Thank you, people.
Thank you.
Yo.